Hello!
Hello,
Welcome everyone, welcome.
welcome to Mammals.
Mammals. I'm joined by PW.
It's me.
We're gonna look at some mammals, yeah. I guess tradition here is the guest gets to add an adjective to the wheel.
I feel I'm a little scared to suggest adjectives. I feel like I'm going to suggest something somebody's already suggested, and you're going to be like, "That's already on the wheel. You fool. That's already
Right,
on there.
right.
Somebody already did that joke." Uh,
There is a
and
list here if you wanna play it super safe, but
okay, yeah. No, I can read that fast. Um, is cromulent on there? Like, has somebody already done
I
that joke
I
yet?
actually think cromulent has been. Okay,
Awesome.
that's really good. Good call shot.
That was like, all right, somebody's surely done this already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I feel like my next one is something like my next fallback joke is already like something like surely someone has someone put like Kafka-esque on there.
I believe so. Wait. This is awesome. I think we should see how many in a row you can guess.
Oh my God, no. All right,
Wait, no,
what's the
Kafkaesque. I
third
was so
most?
sure Kafkaesque was on here, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
You were sparing,
I survived.
and that's like absolutely one that should be on here. So you won.
Well, now it is.
All right. Should we spin our adjectives?
Yeah, go ahead. Actually, I was thinking maybe we should like wait 3 hours first, but no,
That could be
we might as well
good. That
start
could be
now.
good. Zany.
Awesome.
I feel like monkeys, and then just like a lot of the weird ones you've never heard of. Like sometimes there'll be like a marsupial that I've never that just looks like a complete alien to me. And those I think would score really highly in Zany.
Yeah, I yeah. I mean, I think about that. I guess I think it. Yeah, the thing about zany is like, okay, you think that it basically is just the inverse of mundane. So we can just think of how mundane an animal is and score it reverse proportionally.
Right.
Um, so I mean, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, yeah.
What
And
is
there's
this yellow? I have. What is this one yellow wedge on the
I'm so
wheel?
curious about this too. It has to be something with how the website's set up where it's like not a perfect multiple, so they just like choose something weird with the
I
colors at this one spot. I hope it's a
I
special
see. I
animal. I
see.
hope that's Homo sapiens or something. I guess this is the adjective wheel, but you know, it could be a good adjective.
I guess maybe one day you'll find out. There's a one in the trillion chance you find out.
Exactly, exactly. First.
First. Oh my God.
Oh God.
That's really difficult to judge.
Yeah.
Um, you need way more than 250 points to qualify that. And if you could somehow divine which animals came first, scientists everywhere would love you.
Yeah, yeah. It does sometimes describe like an animal as like particularly like primitive or I remember this happened last time with the mountain beaver where it said it had a bunch of traits that like all other mammals had lost. Hey, welcome Forrest. And welcome in everyone. Sorry I haven't been welcoming.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing scientists do have guesses about like how old animals are in relativity to each other, but it's not like they have the exact calendar date of how old they are in their DNA or anything. So it's just
Yeah.
like,
I think this might be like a vibes thing for us because I feel like it almost
yeah.
never comes up. So it might just be how ancient does it look? And welcome, Krua.
I mean, alternatively, we can also look at an animal and think how likely would they be to find a YouTube video with no comments on it and type in first.
I was that is the first thing that popped up in my head when just like the word first appeared in big. Some animals are definitely doing this. Some like rodents have that look to them.
Yeah, total. Okay, well, wait, is that what that says? Yeah. Uh, Hmm.
Vogel, we are not gonna use the adjectives. But I guess it
What?
could be like how complete it feels, you know? Like, is it missing something?
Uh, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, I guess that's a good way of thinking of it.
We need like the last one better be like big or yellow or something that's like really straightforward because we have our work cut out for us.
Oh, well, that's pretty
Sleepy.
easy.
That's great. That's great. If we get
That's a
sloth,
good one. Yeah.
I actually feel sloth could kind of crush at all of these. Like they're quite zany, right? They're like
They're quite
bizarre.
zany. They're zany enough that they're an animal people know about rather than like a random rat that people don't know about.
Yeah, and they're not like the other animals, right? Because something like, I don't know, the like house mouse, like the default mouse, that's very familiar, but it's not really zany, right? It's like a very
Like,
normal animal. But sloths are weird.
yeah. Yeah, I, I s- I assume not many people. They'd probably live in. I mean, obviously, you don't see sloths just hanging around in like your suburban neighborhood, so they're not. There's something that like you would only know about because the media tells you about them, and the media only tells you about them because they're a funny animal that they can tell you about. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. They're so weird, they're like famous for it almost.
yeah.
Should we spin the first mammal?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, look at that, a sloth. No, I don't know what that is.
Imagine. Connochaetes wait, so Taurus is like bull. But usually the species name is just like an adjective. It's not really what kind of thing they are. Holy!
Oh my god.
Oh, wildebeest. Look at this. Crazy creature. I'm like immediately sensing very high zaniness.
Um, yeah, yeah. I'm waiting to read. Yeah, I mean, looks just yeah, it looks kind of interesting. My 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 reaction to this image is like, oh, it has gills, but like, no, those are obviously just like ruffles in its fur. So I'm like,
It
okay, never
so
mind.
looks like gills though. You are so right for
Yeah.
this. Like also
So in my
apparently
mind, I'm like scaling it back. It's like, oh, this is more mundane than I thought it was. But I mean, it does have weird. I can't tell if those are like did this photo just happen to have those, or are those always there? Is that always visible? Um,
yeah, it's one of only two species of wildebeest, also known as gnu, so this is half of
oh,
them.
okay. When you said, "Oh, it's a wildebeest," I didn't see like the Wikipedia title article, so I wasn't sure if we had like landed on like, "Oh, this is the wildebeest." But I mean, I guess it kind of is because if there's exactly two of them, then this is one of two of them.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
pretty close. Like
he has like a horse mane. Like, what's up with that? Is that like a
yeah.
normal wildebeest thing? I guess it is because there's only two of them. So I mean, it'd be kind of hard to be a weird wildebeest trait with
Yeah,
such a small
yeah.
sample size.
Unless it's one of those things where it's like 99% of wildebeest are the other species, and this one's the weird one. But I don't think so. It seems to have, well, pretty good range. It does hybridize with the other one. So there.
Interesting.
Horns are shaped like parentheses. They usually rest close to others of their kind.
Seems pretty normal so far. I haven't looked any.
Yeah. Yeah, they're losing zaniness points fast. I keep getting excited for like some crazy thing to come up, but
The zany stocks are going down rapidly unless you like read something on the Wikipedia page saying that like, oh, they randomly flop over and die or something.
yeah. They have really good. Okay, they mark the territory with heaps of dung. Oh, GNU comes from the sound they make. They apparently make a very loud GNU sound when defending their territory.
So that's very the name. Is that the animal's? Oh wait, no. Where does GNU? If it came from, oh GNU. Oh, I'm
yeah.
seeing
So
it now.
GNU
Okay.
is like another word for wildebeest apparently.
Oh, okay.
We have some footage. That is okay. It does move in a zany way.
That is interesting animal footage.
I like how its like body is built like a horse, but then it just moves around. Sorry, its body is built like a bull, but then it just like elegantly gallops like a horse. It seems like almost like it physically shouldn't be able to do this, you know? It's so light-footed.
Very interesting, yeah, body shape.
These are some wonderful photos. Like, look at that.
Yeah, that's good.
You have the call, the GNU call. You might have to open this up on your end if you want to hear it too. But...
yeah, let me open
Whoa.
this.
Okay, definitely zany noises.
I like how this is a video of, oh no, there's more in the background, okay.
Good sounds.
That's it was pretty good sound.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Chef Ram. Welcome. They're so cool. They're so weird. Hello, Bev.
What?
What? Kind of an insane first roll. I like that they're called blue. Like they don't look.
Yeah, that's a really funny thing to call them. Does it say why they're called blue, or did they just?
Question. Silvery blue sheen of the coat.
Okay.
I'm really not seeing it, but
yeah, is this just like does it like refract into your eyes like differently from how it would on like a camera? Or are we working off like a different definition of the word blue here?
I will say
I guess I can kind of see it in like some of the like that one.
Yeah. This one too, kind of. They're very generous with the word blue, I've noticed.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess they probably don't have many other features to name it off of. It's basically just a slightly different wildebeest.
Yeah, it's bluer than the other one, I guess. Yeah. I guess there aren't many mammals that are much bluer than this. That is true.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome. There's some really good photos. I do like how much they love Chapos. Like,
That's good.
we'll maybe read a bit more, but initial impressions.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think a little bit how I think this rates like a middling zany score, like a relatively, it's relatively not too weird on the zany scale. I think if Will the Beasts come up in conversation, like it's not going to be this one, probably. I feel like I guess I wasn't paying too much attention. I wasn't like locked in on like the description of its behavior, but I feel like it would also rate pretty slow on the sleepy scale. Like it's probably, I imagine these things are probably, well, what does this kind of animal do? Are they like hunting, or are they
I think
getting
it's mostly
hunted?
grazing, but in the photos it seems very awake. I agree. Like,
Yeah, I don't think, I think it's just I I don't think they're going to be very sleepy.
oh wait, but over 50. Never mind. Over 50% of the
Never
total
mind.
time is
All
spent
right.
resting, either lying down or standing. 33% grazing. I love that. The very first like relevant sentence in here just immediately tells us we're completely wrong. That's wonderful. They frequently roll in bugs to keep cool. That's quite cute. I
I
think
guess there's
they're
nothing.
kind of zany. I don't know. Like, just think about the average. The average mammal is like really obscure mouse that
That's
looks like
true.
every other mouse. I think this one deserves some credit, and it has gills.
It
You know, that's
has
weird.
respect on the blue wildebeest's name. It has some zaniness.
But it's definitely not like maxed out. It's definitely like a very believable animal.
Yeah,
They're very playful.
playful. I was gonna say, like, I guess if I don't know if they're gonna be like actively hunted by anything. If they were like an animal that like something was like hunting them and killing them, they would be like horses, where they're just like constantly alert at all times. Because if they don't like pick out like a centimeter of a hunter like the first time it like the first nanosecond it shows up, it's not gonna be able to run away in time. Uh, if they don't need to be doing that, and maybe they are kind of sleepy. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess if you're like that gigantic and scary, it's pretty hard for like anything to hunt you.
They do have horns as well. Volume comment young, can you come up a little bit?
Oh, okay. Let me fix that. Sorry about mic noises, but hopefully that's better. Let me know if that's better, if I should turn it up even more. Wonderful. Thank you. They need to drink every day. I love when they specify this. Needs water every day.
It'd be kind of weird if you didn't. But
Yeah.
I'd love to meet a mammal that doesn't need to drink every day.
There are some like mice that live in the desert. Like some desert rodents don't need to drink at all. They just like eat seeds, and the seeds have enough moisture for them that they get all the water they need from that, which is crazy to me.
That makes sense.
90% of the gag is grass. There's something kind of wild to me about how these like giant cows just survive off nothing but grass.
Yeah. Alright, the game plan is we need to like walk around, and there's gonna be like some like the little plants on the ground. We just need to eat so much of it that like we live, that we survive. And we can just, you know, really slowly do that over the course of the day.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not even like they're doing it non-stop, right? It's spending like half of its time resting. Like, it's kind of the perfect life. It just like lives surrounded by food. Like there's no real fear of running out, and then it just lazes around most of the game. Hey, welcome, Oscar Sage. Yeah.
Oh, also, I was going to, I don't know if we're like locking in the numbers on the adjectives yet, but I was going to say I feel like it has a pretty low, there's like an arbitrary reason, but I feel like it has a pretty low first score, because as you said, like if 99% of, or a high percentage of wildebeests are like the other species of wildebeest, then it's probably a pretty low first score, because it's not the first thing that comes to mind when you say wildebeest.
Wait, that was just me wondering. I don't actually know. It actually seems like this is
Uh,
the default wildebeest, also called the
oh,
common
then,
wildebeest. So maybe it is
oh,
first.
well then just reverse what I said. Yeah, now you can give it a high first score.
It's the default one. Also, it does kind of look ancient to me. Like, I don't know how to put it, but something about it's like, hey, this thing looks 1,000 years old, you know?
This is a, yeah.
Total, I still don't really know what to do.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier maybe total can be like how many of them there are, like how what's the total of the total number of this animal.
There are a lot. I think it's like 1.5 million or something.
Oh.
Yeah, the population has been estimated to be around 1.5 million. For something that big, that feels like quite a lot, right?
That feels pretty big. There's quite a bit of mass dedicated to just these guys. What is like, what are other mammal? What is like the average animal that has like are there like rats? There's like a more millions of them. Like what's a big number for like a total population of an animal?
Yeah, let's see. So like yeah, if you go like rodent, like if you go with the really common ones like total house mouse population. Well, there's 5.2 million in the in Great Britain alone.
Okay.
But probably like 100 million or at least. Like just regular mice. But that's like very much the exception. The average animal I feel is in the like tens of thousands maybe, and that's even considering that it's like some tiny thing. Like the average mammal there just aren't that many of, I think.
Okay, that makes sense. So then, yeah, I guess there's a decently high total of wildebeests.
Yeah, it's like a least concern conservation wise.
Okay.
Also means there's a sound. And something about size makes it feel very togal to me. Like this.
Yeah.
Like 194.
I was gonna say 210 feels a little high. 194.
Skill high.
That's pretty good.
Or...
No, that's good. I think. Well, maybe like 186 or something.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. They're surprisingly sleepy, right?
I'm really invested in like caring about like exactly like what number to put in like the one stitch. How narrow are we splitting the hairs here?
I think it's very fun to have it out of 250 as like I think that was a very
That's good.
So yeah, over 50% of the total time is spent resting. Either line.
Okay, yeah. Alright, maybe I guess they're pretty damn sleepy.
Number wise, what are you thinking?
Yeah, maybe this is like closer to like 190 or something. Like 170 to 190 range.
I could see like I feel it's gonna be rare that they go out of their way to say that a lot of the time is spent resting. So I could do like a 189 maybe.
Yeah. That is like the first thing they say about them. So yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The first note is just like blue with a bunch of question marks. I know what they're going for, but I still think you can't just call this the blue wildebeest, you know?
Yeah.
Possibly has gills. We haven't ruled it out yet. There's been nothing that says they don't.
They didn't specifically say those aren't gills, and I mean, I think the people would want to know that after looking at them.
And I love when they specify like on moonlit nights they feed us during the day. I think that's awesome. I love when they got all poetic with it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy that's like it's half of all wildebeests. More actually, because it seems to be the default one.
Yeah. So, how many did you? I mean, you can look up about how many there are of the other species, and
Yeah, good question. I think I'll say
the other one's the black wildebeest. So I
18,000.
guess they have a. I guess they're 2 for 2 on naming them after colors.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Also, this
so
one
that's
is
like
not,
way less.
This one's not black at all either. Can we appreciate that the blue wildebeest isn't remotely blue and the black wildebeest isn't remotely black? That's really funny.
I like this. This is good. This is a good naming scheme that nobody did.
So half of all wildebeest species-wise, and then what percentage is that? That's like 99% or something.
That's an insane difference. Yeah, it's like what was it, like 1.5 million to like 80,000? That's like you would barely be able to see. I think you would not be able to see the black wildebeest like on a pie chart of like the statistics here.
Yeah, 18,000 even.
Oh, okay, so that's even okay. Yeah, okay, so they should have a pretty high like total score and a pretty high first score actually.
Yeah, I think that 99% basically. Sorry, I screwed something up. There we go. Yeah, 99%.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Okay, but something I'm concerned about here. I'm like concerned about like skewing the skewing the numbers to. I guess. Okay, yeah, I guess at this point we figured out the numbers. Because this is a pretty high like base stat total. Like this was like a Pokemon. You'd be like, oh my god.
But this is like a creature I've heard of. Like I've heard of wildebeest, so there's a 99% chance it was about this one in particular, and that's very rare. Like this is a very unusual rule, so I think it's kind of chill.
Okay. Yeah.
Crazy
stuff. Just pumping the numbers even more after I said that.
Well, no, just cause we didn't know this yet. We knew it was like the default one, but not 99%.
I guess that's true. This is a pretty powerful one in the Young Station Mammal trading card game. This is probably maybe at least like A or B tier.
Yeah, this is definitely like relevant to the mega.
It's viable in the meta.
It is viable. The licensed Young Station CG would kind of go crazy.
I mean, it's not like anyone like owns these animals. You could just make a TCG. I mean, you'd have thousands. You'd be able to make literal thousands of cards.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's like those. Yeah, that would be quite fun. Like it's just like Wingspan against both birds. It's like a board game where all the cards are just different species of birds, and they're like stacks kind of depend on like actual things about the birds, which is I don't know, pretty neat.
Yeah,
should we do the second mammal?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is more classic. The volcano harvest.
Oh yes. Oh my god.
Volcano is an awesome description.
It is found only in Mexico. Are there volcanoes in Mexico? I don't think there are.
Oh, it gets
okay,
very
well, I see
cute.
what they call it the volcano. It has like lava texture.
That would be wonderful if it's not because it's found in volcanoes. I kind of believe it though. I think you might be right. It's named that just because it looks like a volcano.
I really like the idea of animal that only lives in a volcano. Like that's like the like are there even like bugs near volcanoes? Like does anything live there? Because it seems like the least
Wait, let
habitable
me pull
place
this up
that
because
possible.
there was one very funny one. Actually, there have been several mice that have only been found on volcanoes, which is weird. But I guess volcanoes are like
That's
very
awesome.
fertile because like there's some weird thing where like after an eruption, long after an eruption, something about the minerals makes the soil more fertile. But there's
Oh my
one.
god.
Yeah, yeah. This one, Eisentraut's shrew, is only
Holy
found
shit.
in a tiny patch of land right next to one of Africa's most active volcanoes. Isn't that like terrifying?
Holy shit. It's a shrew too.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
This thing's so cute.
Oh yeah, this uh, focusing back yeah, turning our attention back to the animal we're actually supposed to be looking at.
Yeah,
This is a good one.
yeah, yeah. I like this one quite a lot. And I was so ready for this one. Like it has a I don't know like 2 sentence Wikipedia article. I was so ready for it not to have any like photos. So I feel very lucky that we have such a good one.
So someone added Yu-Gi-Oh to the
Yeah, yeah,
guide
yeah.
too,
I
so that'll
think I
be
just
useful.
put
That'll
that
be
in.
useful. That'll if you get that, that'll be useful for adding like that you'll know exactly what one stream's worth, where exactly one stream's worth of animals should lie on the trading card power scaling.
Exactly. That's a really good point. That can be like our normalizing thing. Like whenever we're not sure about a creature, we can try and find the most similar one from that screen and see how it's scored. Beautiful. Mammal power creep, yeah. I wonder about that. You could probably like chart the scores I've been giving over time and see if there's been any mammal power creep, you know? I actually think the opposite might have happened. I think in the first couple streams I was just like really happy giving out like very extreme scores in both directions. Like I was just giving out like single digit and nearly 250 scores left and right. I've reined gigging a little bit. There's no mention of its habitat being near volcanoes, so I think you might be right. It's just
Well, there's no are there volcanoes in Mexico? I mean, I guess there's
there's a
volcanoes in
lot of
America, right?
mountains,
So
but yeah, and it's like because I'm thinking it's like on. Yeah, let's see.
because well, if you asked me to point out where any volcanoes are in America, I wouldn't be able to point to anything except like the doomsday panic. Oh, what if the fucking Yellowstone thing blows
Right,
the fuck up?
right.
Um. Okay.
It looks like there's a bunch of
Okay.
volcanoes along here.
But wait, look at the chart of where the mouse lives. Isn't that
Yeah.
like exactly?
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
it
so
gets
like,
fully exactly there. Okay, okay, it lives up to
all
the
right.
name. That's so sad though, because that means it probably wasn't called that because it looks like a volcano, which was such a cute
Yeah.
explanation. It constructs spherical nests of grasses. That's kind of unbelievable to me. I could imagine it like constructing a Lego pile. Like constructing anything spherical is it's pretty impressive. Like,
Yeah, like when they say spherical, they do they mean like an actual sphere? Like they don't just mean round here. Like they don't mean like a circle. They mean like it's spherical.
I think, yeah, okay, so I think it's like this situation. Yeah, pretty damn
Yep,
spherical.
yep, that's a sphere, all right.
That's cool, yeah. It's,
I mean, it's not like 100% smooth. Maybe if you show it to a mathematician, they'd be like, well, actually, that's not quite a sphere. But if you show it to anyone else, yeah, that's a sphere.
yeah, it'd be crazy if they like actually had like a polished off sphere, but pretty damn close.
Geometrically perfect sphere.
I don't think I
One
could
side
build that.
mathematically.
You know, like with grass, that seems hard as hell to like assemble.
Yeah.
things and green parts of grasses. It's nothing about how sleepy it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll just have to puzzle that out.
Yeah.
Does it say its activity patterns? Nocturnal and arboreal.
Yeah.
What does arboreal mean? What is
Lives in trees, like.
Okay.
It's a climber. Hello, welcome
Okay.
to Minimum.
Hello. Breeding. No information.
Yeah, I think there's like no other. There's like the visual description, but we kind of know this already.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be a mostly vibes one.
Yeah, this is slightly vibes. I feel like total. Yeah, I guess I still I feel like we should have. I feel like total should be a little vaguer than just how many of them are there. I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say this. It looks like this animal is lacking something. He's kind of perfect as he is. I mean, look at this like beautiful hair color.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't dock him total points for that. I don't think it seems like there's really that many of them if they just live in this specific strip in Mexico.
Yeah, though I've seen, like, mice are quite plentiful, right? Like if they're living here at all, there's probably most of them. And I've seen, like, and this isn't huge or anything, but I've seen, like, much smaller ranges than this. It's not nothing.
Is there any kind of, like, population estimate? Like, do we know how many of them there are, or...
IUCN might say.
Is that the kind of information we would pray to know?
Population trend unknown, that's like no other information, awesome.
Alright, so if we don't know how many there are, then I mean it's not gonna be like 1 million, it's gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, there's enough that we got like 2 photos of them, but not enough that we got more than 2 photos of them, you know?
Yeah.
Research Negig population size. But yeah, I think it should be more than just how many. How zany is it?
Yeah.
Like...
Zany? So I mean, it's pretty zany that it like is specifically tied to volcanoes, but I imagine the thing itself is probably just like a regular little rodent creature. It just goes around doing rodent things. I imagine.
Yeah, it's like
so. The zany points are going to come entirely from the fact that it is, entirely from the fact that it has volcano in the name, and that it actually has like any relevance to like what it is. I guess it'd be weirder if it was just called a volcano harvest mouse. For what is it? Is there a meaning to harvest mouse? Like, are they called harvest mice for a reason, or like do they harvest
it's a
shit?
big category of mice. They seem to like climbing up things. I wonder if it's just like they used to be found a lot in like farmers' fields would be my guess, but I really have no idea. Yeah, it gets a pretty... Yeah, I agree. The volcano thing is like really quite zany, but then Ig itself isn't the most zany, but it's not like... I don't know, it's not the most boring mouse in the world. Like, the orange red thing it's got going on is like a little bit unique. It gets some credit for that too, I think.
It's quite awesome.
I think like so somewhere in the middle is where I'm leaning.
Yeah, I'm thinking... Hold on, let me... Before I make my decision here, I want to know what is like exactly half of 250?
125.
Okay, 125. I'm thinking like no. 132.
132 is like, yeah, I was exactly in that kind of ballpark. That's true. So apparently this one's split off from a different species due to volcanic activity, which I guess means it's like not first, right?
It's not a first. I mean, maybe it came before other species that aren't this one, but apparently there's a different mouse that has this guy beat to existing. So relatively low first score. I would give it like a... I want to say like sub 100, like 80 or 90 something.
100. I would even go into like the 60s or 70s maybe, because...
yeah, that sounds about right.
Maybe 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels very complete. There don't seem to be many of them, but it's still like least concern, and its range isn't tiny. It's been seen a couple times on the like obscure mammal scale. I've seen a lot worse. So I guess it depends kind of
I
on
don't
how we want to weigh those two things.
that like entire sentence like cut out. Like I'm not sure if that's like an on my end or like if the stream can hear you also not say all of that.
Oh, that might be Discord noise suppression. I can try turning that off, but you might get random sounds of birds outside my window. But yeah, it's fine on
It's
stream.
fine on stream. Okay.
Yeah, Discord noise
So
suppression.
can I turn something up? I
I
assume
turned
Discord
something
noise.
off now, so
Okay.
hopefully
All
that
right.
doesn't happen anymore.
I guess it's fine. Oh right, because the stream is not hearing Discord. Okay.
Yeah. It's
That's
hearing
right.
my mic
So
through.
it won't change anything on the stream. That's fine by me. Um, what was I saying? What was I thinking? Oh yeah, can you repeat the last thing
Oh
you said? Because I
yeah. So
basically
I'm
did
saying
not hear it.
like I think number-wise it's not super chogal, but it's not horrible. It seems like there's a number of them, just not many
Yeah.
of them. In vibes-wise, I agree. It does feel kind of complete. It's got an awesome look going on. It's got like cool hair. So how do
What
you
more
want to
could you
weight those
possibly
two
add
things?
to this
Yeah.
guy? So yeah, I think I don't know exactly how many points this is. I think it should get at least like it's at least like approaching the halfway point of the scale. I don't think the animal itself being like complete should be a full like halfway there 125 points.
Right.
That should be less than that. But then it also I don't think it should even be like I think it should be less than 125. Maybe like 113.
113 sounds really good to me. Like just almost going there. Yeah, I like that one. It kind of looks sleepy here, right? Like some type of the way it's kind of
It
like
does.
leaning its head down.
Yeah, this is gonna be good for the judge. I mean, I guess I don't know how sleepy mice are in general. I guess being small, you could find. Is this the other image of it?
Yeah, I'm bringing up the. This is the other person who saw it and actually took like 4 photos. So.
Oh, okay.
But
The other person who saw it. That's a funny thing
that's
to say.
awesome.
I mean, I don't know. He looked kind.
Yeah,
I would assume
like a
mice are kind of like a cozy little guys. Like they can find
yeah.
places to snug up in. But also this, based on, I mean, maybe it's just because somebody actually managed to find this guy and is taking photos of him, and he's scared at being the second volcano mouse to ever have photos be taken of him.
Yeah.
But he does look a little alert in these images. I don't think this is like super high, but
Another kind of in the middle for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I would also give it like a 60 or a 70 on this.
Okay, yeah, I could give it maybe a 74.
Okay.
I think like just good colors and shape.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to mind. I love how like triangular its nose is and those like really big ears sticking out. I think are quite cool.
Yeah, those are good ears.
Does actually live near volcanoes.
Yeah, believe it or not, does actually have something to do with volcanoes, but also looks like lava.
One. Yeah. Even again, it's the right shape too. We have this like cone here.
They need to be colored like lava rocks so that they can hide from the volcano slopers.
Oh yeah. I hope this is some. Yeah, that'd be. It's camouflage.
Yeah.
There's like no real. Oh yeah, they construct spheres. That's good.
Oh yeah. They built spheres.
That's good. I don't think there was much more to say about the volcano harvest. The photo speaks for itself, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Right, let's spin another mammal.
Spin the wheel for the treasure to take.
Yes.
Careful, me friend, or I'll rattle and shake.
Isoodon. Almost looks like a
Isoodon, double
typo.
O.
Because there's been like Isoodon a bunch of times before, but I've never seen Isoodon. Macrourus.
Yeah. I don't, did you copy the entire? Did that
Yeah.
okay.
No, Isoodon is real, and oh my god, it's a bandicoot. Let's go.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is like... I don't know how many animals on this stream look like this, but this is just like... You look at it and it's like, alright, this is rat. No adjective, no qualifier. That's just a rat.
Yeah, but this thing is like, I don't know, it's like huge and strange shape. It's like weird, because it's
I guess it is kind
marsupial.
of... Yeah.
It's very,
it's not even a...
Not even a rodent. No, not at all. Which is kind of funny. Marsupials keep re-evolving rodents. There are many, like, rodent-looking marsupials.
That's funny. Oh, Northern Brown Bandicoot. You can make a video game about this guy.
Yeah. Cowgeek Shriekshra.
Hey, Greeja.
Yeah.
That was an awesome image.
Yeah, I really like it. Look at the snout. Yeah, it's like drawing a rat from memory, but you haven't seen one in a long time kind of creature, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, ask a child to draw a rat.
Yeah, exactly.
This image is like insane. Like, look at this pose. This is crazy.
I like this a lot, yeah. It's like hands are kind of like folding in front, it's plugging something.
This is like the kind of pose Shadow the Hedgehog would hit on like the box art of a Sonic game.
Yes, exactly. It's quite a photogenic creature.
Yeah, every image has been pretty good.
So we go with this. This is a pretty standard type of bandicoot apparently, which is relevant for our total scores.
Let's see.
Maybe. Okay, and actually should tell us how many times it's seen. So the one we had last time was been seen twice. This has been seen 1,000 times, so not a crazy amount, but still pretty common.
Let's see.
And rodents, and mammals can be harder to photograph than like birds and stuff because they're quite shy. So it's not nothing.
Let's see. That's interesting. Like any population estimate or.
Yeah, let's again check IUCN. Stable population, but the number might.
Stable is my favorite. Stable is my favorite number.
Yeah. Presumed large population. Large is getting more numbery.
Large is closer to a number.
Yeah.
It feels like something you'd name like a Homestar Runner short, like closer to a number, and you don't know exactly what that means until you watch it.
Yeah. Individuals emerge after dark and are active for most of night, covering a wide range of habitats in their search for food. That doesn't sound very sleepy.
No, that doesn't sound particularly sleepy.
Then again, the day is usually spent resting in the nest or under shelter. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Did you chase and fight each other? Yeah, they keep mentioning the large population.
Interesting.
Sounds like it can kind of hold its own against feral cats, but foxes and dogs are still a risk.
Interesting.
It uses its powerful forelimbs to dig for food, leaving behind characteristically conically holes that may descend to the depth of 30 centimeters, so it's like a foot.
Characteristically, like you see one of those conical holes and you're like,
Anyway,
oh shit, that's the
that's a northern brown bandicoot. That must be a northern brown bandicoot.
There's nothing else it could be.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I would love to see. Actually, I wonder if you can find images of like bandicoot holes. Oh yeah.
Oh shit. There it is. The characteristically conical hole.
You see that and you know. It would be really fun to learn, like, to distinguish different kinds of burrows and stuff. Like, oh, that hole belongs to a gopher, you know?
That would be a really interesting skill to have.
Yeah. How zany it is kind of default rat shape, but it's kind of interesting that's that shape without being a rodent at all, right?
Yeah, he looks like a rat. He's managed to like reverse engineer being a rat without actually being a rat.
Yeah.
So like how big is this? Like, I guess there's like I'm having a hard time judging the scale of this thing, but it would be like bigger than actual.
I think it is considerably bigger than like a rat would be.
Rat is a local maximum.
The head to body length is 30 to 47 centimeters, so that's like a foot to a foot and a half. So that's pretty damn big.
Yeah, that's pretty damn
bunny
big.
Size, yeah.
Yeah.
Or more even. That makes it zanier. If this was like rat size.
Yeah, the fact that if it was like normal rat size, it's like, okay, well, it's just reverse engineered. Now it's like reverse engineered being a rat, but also it's like a big rat. Like you see this and it's like, holy shit, that's a giant rat.
Yeah.
They should rename this thing to the giant rat just to be funny.
Yeah, yeah. Though there are giant rats too.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
But this is like cuter than those. I do want to say. Like I think the big eye and rounded ears really help.
But like... I just think it should be the kind of thing where it's like panda, you know, like red pandas or whatever, where like they're not actually pandas. Like every time you like talk about them, you have to say like, oh, it's not actually a panda. It's just like called that. They're not actually related pandas at all. I think there should be as many names like that as possible, just to cause as much chaos in the
I do like that. Yeah, yeah. It's quite good.
But it's not like that. So, gonna have to dock at least exactly one zany point for that.
Yeah.
It is just called the northern brown bandicoot. I mean, it looks kind of more gray to me, but I mean, I guess in the world, we've seen worse. We've seen things that are less colored, like the thing they are named after.
Yeah, yeah. It is funny that's called brown though. Yeah. Like I think I could see like a 95 zany, or is that
95? Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Because it's not like any of your familiar animals. Maybe even a bit. I'm just thinking, like, you know, it's not, a lot of them are like, oh, that's a bat, oh, that's a rodent. But the fact that they're like a foot long, it's not really like that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's also like quite believable. I think I'm gonna go a bit higher. I kind of want to go over halfway. Like, I want to go into the 130s. You don't think that's
I trust your judgment on this.
First? I think we have to go with how likely it is to comment first, because I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I think considering this is the Shadow the Hedgehog of rodents, apparently. No, not actually of rodents.
Yeah.
I think this would actually be like the inverse. He's gonna be one of those guys that like waits for a stream to be over and then like types last in because he's too cool.
Poster, yeah.
Yeah. So pretty damn low first score, I would think.
Yeah, I like that. That is good. Because I thought you were gonna go the other way with that. I was already. Also, welcome Double Dot. Welcome.
So Shadow the Hedgehog is he's fully aware of how cringe it is to post first. He's watched the videos, people saying, guys, stop posting first. It's like doesn't mean anything. And Shadow's sitting there at his computer. He's like, damn, true. You know what I could do though? I could comment last, and then I'd be the coolest.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. They seem pretty common, it sounds like.
Yeah, total. Well, consider this: if this thing is like bigger than a rat, like if you took a rat that looks exactly like this thing, like find a species of rat that looks the closest to this thing. Assuming it's not the giant rat, assuming it's like a regular sized rat, and you took like the surface of this, like you made it hollow on the inside, you could fit a rat on the inside.
Terrifying like, mental image, but sure.
It's probably like twice the total mass of a regular rat. Well,
I think it's a lot more.
Maybe oh, more than you? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out like
a few inches long. I think you could fit like 20 racks in this. Not that you should.
Okay. I believe it. So I mean, I think this gets a pretty decent total score because the total mass of this thing is way higher than that of the. Okay, I believe it.
Yeah. Maybe this is a bit high, but maybe like 184. Because there's still like, you know, cow or something. We need room for that.
Yeah. But I'm going less off of like, because I mean total in relativity, it's like, okay, if you go for like total of all animals, like any one animal is going to be a relatively low total compared to all the animals on the planet. So, but like relatively, like this thing is more total. I mean, maybe now I'm like thinking like, okay, if there's more rats in the world, then this thing would account for less total like flesh than the. I'm getting really gross when I describe this. Yeah. But it would be like less total atoms and like, mass and molecules than like all total rats. Like if you made a ball of this is fucked. If you made a ball of all rats on the planet and then I made a ball of all of this thing, the ball of rats would be bigger.
The ball of rats would be like basic almost every mammal, right? So the ball of rats can't be our like benchmark unless it's like for the very top, right? I think like Kaggle are first. I think Kaggle have the most biomass. And then like a few other farm animals, and then humans, and then rats. Or rats might even beat human, so.
I see. So
I think it's kind of unfair, like, you know, it's like judging the average mammals, yeah.
I think maybe we could compare the total like population of this to, like, let's not think too hard about the comparison to the rats, but I think we should only compare one of these guys to one rat. I think that's fine, and in that sense, they are bigger.
Yeah. And there's, compared to the average mammal I spin in this stream at least, there's like a lot of these. Like usually it'll be only seen like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. So the fact that's been seen 1,000 times on the scale of all mammals, I think is quite
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I think like Miggling Sleepy is like, you know, active in the day, sleeps active at night, sleeps during the day, I don't know.
Oh yeah, when it said like it was like it rests during the day, I was like, oh, it must be pretty sleepy then, but it's like nocturnal, right?
Yeah,
so, like, okay, then I would give this like a middling sleepy score. It doesn't seem super sleepy. 12? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going right.
I was about to be
12
completely in shock. That would be insane.
Really awesome, Shago. The hedgehog pose here. I like that. Yeah, like a child's drawing of a rat. I want to say something about like Crash Bandicoot, but I feel that's more Bandicoots in general, you know?
You know, I guess it's really funny that I've like made a bunch of allusions to like Shadow the Hedgehog, but like not Crash Bandicoot, considering that's the much more obvious like
I thought it was awesome,
character comparison.
In the iconic conical holes.
Oh yeah, that's important.
I think this is good. I don't have any funny Crash Bandicoot joke.
You could probably like spin around like once or twice or something.
Yeah, yeah. Is that a sub comment of no? That's just some comment. I think would probably been around for choice. I could see it. Like I'm imagining it like planting its nose in the ground and then like twisting, drilling a hole that way. You know, like twisting, turning.
It's really funny. You need to tell Naughty Dog about this. This is the next game.
This is the next game for sure. All right. Would you be good to take like a quick 4 minute egg break?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
All right. I'll see you all soon. Hi, welcome back everyone. Welcome.
Welcome back to Mammal.
Yeah, there's like a million names for those bugs that float on the water. I think like skimmers and strigers are the like official name. I've seen like skimmers, skiers. Yeah, log of regional names. Should we spin a mammal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cephalophus, natalensis. Oh, weird.
What?
They're
This
called.
is
They're called like I think it's pronounced Jaker, and they're like
Joker. Oh my,
they're so weird. Oh, we have a population
this,
right here, 42,000.
this is a very smooth-looking animal. It has very rounded edges. If only we got smooth for an adjective, then we could give him a straight 250. Because oh my god.
Yeah, these are very smooth looking, and they're also just I don't know. These are always like the weirdest looking. Like there's a lot of like deer-like creatures out there. These are like the weirdest looking ones. Sometimes you can like yeah, see how you can almost like see their skull through their skin or something? Like they're very thin as well.
Okay, wait. Can you scroll through some more pictures of this thing?
Yeah. This one's great. I love this
And
one.
another thing I'm noticing is that its like tail is like it's seemingly like always like weirdly like pointed down, like flush against itself, and like all of
Yeah.
these images, like it's not.
Extremely
It's there.
short. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like if you see it from the front, like it's kind of hard to see the tail.
I find it weird. Like
I was,
almost all mammals have tails. We're kind of the exceptions, but on a lot of them, it's just like a tiny little stumpy thing that doesn't seem very useful.
yeah.
But I think it is actually protecting its butt. Like I think it does just like swat flies and stuff around. Another wonderful image.
Yeah.
They're so weird.
It's like just yeah, something about its face, just like I mean, it's lovely and great. Don't get me wrong, but it also just something. There's something about it.
Yeah, I find them quite creepy. Like I love them, but I find them a little disturbing. This one kind of wins you
This,
over.
this is a great image, yeah.
But yeah, everyone I know, like who I've talked to about these, agrees there's just something like a little off-putting about them that's like hard to describe. Like uncanny valley animals, you know?
Yeah. Strange creatures placed in the world by the dove just to freak you out.
Exactly. Read more about these. So they're technically an antelope.
Okay, I was going to ask, like if it's called a doiker, like are there other doikers? Like
Yeah,
like,
there's like a lot of them. We've had a few before.
okay.
And apparently it's the Dutch word for diver. And it's because they like will
Why?
apparently they'll like dive into bushes and shrubbery when they're like hunting or
Okay.
something. Which is like bizarre.
When I hear the term diver, I kind of like I immediately assume it's diving into water, which maybe this
Yeah.
is like an unjust association, but I guess that makes sense that it's diving into things that aren't. I mean, you can dive. Diving is just an action; it doesn't have to involve water.
Yeah. But it's a weird to just call it a diver when it's talking about bushes. Apparently its cry is distinctive, loud, and penetrating, sounding somewhere between a snort and a whistle.
Interesting.
I didn't know you could be between those sounds, you know? Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, I really would like to hear this.
It's a video here. I can link it in the chat if you wanna see if I can still make any cries.
Alright, so these are duikers, and they're really cool animals. They're really sweet and affectionate. So right here, below their eyes,
so
they have these
strange.
preorbital glands. And they use secretions from those glands to mark their territory and mates.
Yeah, they
also have
almost
these
kind of
super
look like
really
weird little
long tongues,
horses.
that
They're like the
they can
exact,
use
like,
to even wet their
I don't know,
eyes.
like comical
Now,
horse color you'd
Yeah.
expect
most
them to
of
be.
species
They're not
of
like
duiker
quite.
live in the rainforest.
They're
Yeah,
obviously they're not actually horses. They're like too small and also just like
and they're pretty
look
independent.
too
They each have their
like
own
some kind of like
territory,
weird
and you'll
deer.
rarely find
Not the
more
longer I
than
look at their
two.
head, the more I'm like, what
And
the
when you
fuck
see
is
two,
this?
you
Like I'm starting to be reminded of like
they're also hunted
Borzois,
quite a
like the
bit for
dog.
mushy. This is
I don't know if
probably
you
Yeah,
can see the
yeah,
connection.
yeah.
They
No,
have
there's
a
like
big
the
snout.
weird, yeah, snout shape.
An area stable.
And like the longer I look at it, it's like okay, well this also looks like a vaguely
Now what's really
anteatery
cool
snout.
is
This
that
is
with
just
the
a
different species of duikers,
this
there's
is just a
different
cursed
sizes of the
animal. Like
species.
It kind
this
of
is just
is.
the longer I look
And
at
it's
it, the more I'm
because
like,
their
what
heads
am I
are
looking
different
at?
levels, so they reach
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
levels of
there's like-
adaptation.
Yeah, they're so strange looking and it's like kind of hard to look away from. They're like very, yeah. Wow. And then you see that they secrete something from like these just orifices under its eyes, which they use to mark their territory.
Oh my god, they secrete substances. That's I mean, I
And
guess
their
everything
substances
kind of
just like
does,
come out
right?
of their like face, like not even like out of their like eyes or mouth, their nose, just from like slicks on their cheeks, basically, which is a very weird
Oh.
play. Yeah.
That's yeah.
Active for. Okay, I have no idea how to read this, but I think I've seen this before. I think that the like whatever they use to just like automatically recognize characters from the scan screwed up. I think this is supposed to say that they're active for somewhere between 30.7 to 75.8% of gale light hours.
That's I see. Maybe active for 30 points. That's a pretty wide range if that's
Yeah.
true, though.
But like, even the seal, so they're not active at all during the night. And then like, I don't know, if you like average those out, they're active for half the day. That sounds pretty sleepy to me.
Rarely act. I'm just like at this moment pondering like when they say this species is rarely active. Like what that means is like okay, well they're like biologically programmed to be awake at the day, and if they're awake at night, that means like something fucked up has happened. Like they're not supposed to be. They're
like
not supposed to be
something woke
around
them
at
up
that
or
time.
something, or they
Yeah.
need more food, so they stay up late. They're very solitary. The males will tolerate other males in the absence of females. Up to 3 males foraging together have been observed. However, the presence of a female usually incites aggression or chasing among males. When approached, they'll scan in place for a few seconds before bounding away. The jumping ability is remarkable. Obstacles 1 to 6 meters high.
6 meters? That's kind of insane,
crazy.
isn't it?
Maybe cleared with ease. Yeah, that's like, what's that? 20 feet?
That sounds
That sounds
they
fake,
mean,
right? That's
this must mean 1.6 meters. This must be that can't be real. There's no way. Yeah,
See if we
1.6.
can find this. But 1.6 would be such a weirdly specific height, you know?
That is a really specific height.
Oh, but I think it is that's very specific height.
Yeah, because can you go back to the?
Yeah, 6
Can you go
meters
back to
is
the
no
other
way,
tab?
right?
Yeah, But it says the very next sentence is there are records of individuals jumping over fences 2 to 3 meters tall.
Yeah,
so
which would make no sense if they were easily clearing things that are 6 meters tall. Okay, so
Yeah.
it gets just 1.6. Let's wait.
So yeah, that's more reasonable. They can kind of, they I assume this is like high jumping height for like how high can a cat jump? Like I'm trying to compare this to like.
Yeah, that's still very impressive, I think. Like,
it is a pretty impressive jumping height to be able to jump over a 3-foot fence.
6
Okay.
to 8
Yeah.
feet. 6 times their length, but I guess it's about 6 feet.
Okay.
So they are like
Yeah,
cat-like in their jumping height, or like a little less impressive. But it says that's what they can clear with ease, right? I guess like probably the
Yeah,
maximum
but
record.
you can clear 2 to 3 meters with difficulty. But it can kind of jump though. There's some jumping ability there.
Yeah. I wanna take a second. So shoulder height is 38 to 47 centimeters. That's shorter than it. So yeah, they're like a foot and a half tall.
Yeah.
But I want to just graph out what it would look like if this thing could jump 6 meters. I have to add an OBS source for this. Here we go. 1 second. Okay. It's like covering up everyone. I can fix that in a second. There we go. So here we have the
I'm glad we're really. I'm glad we're honing in on this. I'm glad we're making like an MS Paint image to exactly calculate what the hypothetical that this thing could jump exactly 6 feet. We're gonna present this to whoever wrote that article and say, hey, this should really be 1.6 instead of 1-6 because this is what it would be like if your calculations were correct.
Yeah. This thing, I want to resize it like approximately to scale. Good enough. So we have this thing, right? And it's like 40 centimeters long, which means okay, I can squish him again really quickly. There we go. That's pretty. If they look like this, I like them a lot more, I think. Wait, I can just zoom out. It's the easiest thing. There we go.
Oh yeah, you have a much bigger canvas than that.
So we have this guy, and so if it's 40 centimeters tall and 40 centimeters, if it could jump 6 meters, that would mean it could jump over 15 copies of itself. I don't think that's gonna like fit on this screen unless I make it even smaller. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's 2. That's 3. I guess I should like be stacking these more to shoulder height. Yeah, there we go. They should be each standing on the shoulders of the previous. So that's 3. That's 6. That's 12. That's 15. So yeah, I mean this guy here. Wait, sorry. This is like off screen. Let me fix that. Let's just. Here we go. I might need to. Yeah, this is perfect. There. So be like if that guy over at the bottom could jump over all of. It's not fitting on the screen. Wait 1 second. There. I think that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so imagine 4 more of them. It'd be like if this guy at the bottom could like jump off the window. I guess that is a bit unrealistic.
Oh, a tiny bit realistic.
No.
Well, it's a good thing that like bounding or like some kind of adjective involving jumping ability was not one of the adjectives. We don't actually have to know this for sure.
Yeah. We can stay in uncertainty. Oh, got it. Oh, I know. Okay, we hunt it for me. For a second, I thought the article was saying that they hunt other things for me, which should be quite scary.
That would be crazy. That'd be really scary.
They choose to eat leaves and fruits as you'd expect. They crack open hard-shelled fruits with their forehead. That's kind of funny. Whoa, they forage alongside primates?
Oh, what the hell?
They get food along with monkeys, and I guess grooming of the creatures by primates, so the monkeys will like eat the bugs off the...
Awesome. It's observed on several occasions, which probably means that means it happens
Yeah.
more than what we see.
That's really cool.
So despite, if you looked at this, if you like squinted your eyes and like maybe pixelated this image and looked at it from a distance away, you might think, oh yeah, that's just like a regular deer type animal. But like, okay, really zooming in, it's like, a little...
Yeah.
There's something kind of interesting going on here.
The more you like look at the weirder guys. So I think it is like really quite zany overall.
Yeah.
Like it takes you a while to realize that, but they're thinking like 187-ish.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then first, we may have to go off the YouTube comment rule for this guy. I don't know what.
I think this one would. I think this is the guy that's commenting first on all those videos.
This guy, it doesn't look like there's much going on in his head. He probably sees that there's no comments, and instead of thinking of something to say, he just says first.
Yeah.
Like he still wants to leave a comment.
I think this is extremely first commenter energy. Yeah. So how many? I guess we can. When in doubt, we can always check the number of observations. This one has 600, so not as much as the last one, but still way better than like the volcano mouse or whatever.
I think we can. It does look. It feels like something part of the uncanny. It does feel like something is missing about this. It looks a little too
that's a good
smooth
point.
and featureless.
That's a good point. So like it's a low score, right? Like
yeah, like relatively low. Like I don't know, sub 100, I think.
Yeah. I could go like 60s maybe.
Yeah, like 60. Yeah, that's good. Sleepy. What did it say about this thing? It's awake during the day and rarely at night.
Yeah, and only for like half the day or something.
Oh yeah, I guess
A weirdly large range, which makes it more confusing.
yeah, that is kind of weird.
But being awake for like, cause it's still like for 12 hours a day, right? So if you're awake, I know it's the bottom of that, but if you're awake for like 31% of that, that means you're awake for like less than 4 hours. The whole day. That's kind of...
Yeah.
And even this upper range is like 9 hours. Most animals sleep for more than humans, but still, if they're only awake for 4 to 9 hours a day.
Well, I feel like we should consider not only how much it sleeps, but like how awake they are when they are awake. And I feel like this one, it looks like it would not be like, maybe it's not like super alert, but maybe it's also like not particularly sleepy. It feels like you look at it and it's just kind of like a very, how do I describe this? It feels like there's something kind of demonic about it. Like you look at it and it's just kind of like existing regardless of whether you want it to or not. This is sounding very mean towards it, but I mean,
No, they are demonic. Everyone agrees this.
Yeah, I guess yeah, we can agree on that point. So I don't know. I think this is a perhaps average sleepy. Well, maybe like mid to low sleepiness score, because I feel like this thing would not be sleeping when you want it to be sleeping.
Yeah, yeah. I think when it's awake is really. I could see like averages. I still think it just spends too much of the day asleep for me to give it a super low score. But I agree, like how it is when
That's a
it's
good
awake
point.
matters. I can see like a
So-
117 or something.
Yeah.
Every time these come up, we slowly converge on them, kind of looking like demons. They secrete a fluid from the side of their face. They probably can't jump 6 meters, but it'd be kind of insane if they could. Anything else?
No, I think that about sums it up.
That was really good. Tamias? Wait, Tamias I think is good. Umbrinus. Oh yeah! Yeah. The Higgin Forest Chipmunk. Right on time, Dribble Ninja.
Forest chipmunk.
That section, I don't know, like, shown in anime. Gets gripped.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is like, you have to find the one like unmarked forest tile on the overworld, and it like it's like an invisible trigger that like lets you go into like a map that's like very small, and it's like a little secret forest, and then there's like a bonus item there, and like these guys are just hanging out.
And it even has this, like, I don't know, kind of edgy looking, like, a shinobi vibe, because the way it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like very
Very
angry
interesting pattern.
eyebrows, like.
Yeah.
Lives in the western United States. Like across Utah, Nevada, Wyoming. Yeah, I do really like the stripes. I feel like growing up, I lived somewhere where I saw like chipmunks fairly often, and I kind of miss them. They're like not really at all a thing where I am now.
Yeah, I don't know if I can recall seeing a chipmunk.
Oh no. You got
I mean,
it.
maybe I have, I just don't remember it.
Wait, awesome image right here.
This is a very interesting pose here. I guess, yeah,
It's just stuffing its face completely. Like his mouth, I'm reading this right? His like mouth is already like full of peanuts, and it's like.
Yeah, I guess that's what that is.
He loves eating.
All images are of this chipmunk eating.
Could you imagine how good a grape would be if it was like the size of your head? It's
Yeah.
so delicious.
Entire year's worth of bounty if you're like a bug.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, majestic image here.
I know,
Holy shit.
that's very good. I love that it's like an entire, like, oh, okay, because it's just 2 images, but still, it's a very good pair of images.
Well, this image of him like on the concrete, like this one. I really enjoy this one image. Can you scroll up a little bit?
This
That
one?
that one. Yeah, that I
Yeah,
really like this one for some
I love how
very
like flagging it
horizontal.
looks. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's also that's very good. It's weird, yeah. If I just saw this image and none of the other ones, I would think it was like the string. I've never seen a chipmunk do this. It's like frog shaped
I,
almost, yeah.
what is this? What is he standing? I guess this is some kind of man-made structure, right?
Yeah,
Like,
this looks like some sort of like railing or something.
I saw a gray and just might like jumped to calling it concrete. I don't know if that's actually what that is, but yeah, it's standing on something for sure. There's a lot of pictures of this guy.
How many observations? 1,500, so more than anyone we've gotten, but still in the same
Let's
ballpark.
see.
But I think living in the US, which is based off the like user base
Yeah.
of this website, inflates your calculate
A lot
with
of
it.
people with phone that can take. Okay, this is a very. You know that like there's just a lot of people taking images of this thing when this is one of the pictures.
Yeah,
Like, it's so
yeah.
specific to have like a picture of it like next to a bag. It's like, he looks like he's like trying to. Obviously,
Open it.
I don't think he can comprehend how the zipper works, but like it looks like he's trying to open it.
It really does. It's awesome. Yeah. I love all the ones where it's stacking. Like, look at that. What is that?
Yeah.
Even... Yeah, I often see like animals trying to change bags, but I never know if they like they're probably not really aware. Yeah, yeah, but they probably just think of it as some weird like entrance or something, right? Probably not aware that they could go.
Yeah. I mean, I have to wonder if the animal sees a bag on the ground and like they don't comprehend that like the bag like is like self-contained. Like they think, oh, maybe I'll enter the zipper, like I'll enter the entrance to the bag and it'll take me deeper underground. Like, I
Yeah,
just see an
yeah,
entrance.
exactly.
And they think, oh, well, this will go down far, not really understanding that it's about to like end immediately, and they're just gonna trap themselves in a little bag and get out. I assume.
That was intense.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess nobody really knows what an animal thinks when they see a man-made structure, but probably not what their brain wants them to think.
Yeah, yeah. Also, welcome, Valerie. Thank you so much for the rig. Welcome. I'm Young. I'm joined by PW, and we're reviewing mammals right now. We're reviewing a chipmunk.
Hello.
But yeah, no, I wonder this all the time. Like, yeah, some I don't know hamster that's like evolved to live in the like Syrian desert or something. What does like the house it grows up in look like to it? Like, does it think it's in some bizarre cave?
Yeah,
Does it...
what's going on in the brain of a hamster when it gets put into like a YouTube video obstacle course?
Yeah.
I mostly kind of wonder what animals think about like cars and stuff like that. Like, I'm not too thinking about like the two extreme situations, because I assume if it gets like really weird, then like obviously they like really don't get it. But like,
Yeah.
there's like some things that are like, okay, animals do kind of like interact with them like frequently enough. Like, they do probably know that not like get in the way of a car or else they die, but like they don't like quite comprehend what a car is. So like, I don't.
They must like kind of look like weird animals to them, right? Because like
I assume, because in my mind, I mean, an animal probably doesn't know what an animal is, so they probably just they don't think about animals as things that it's like animals. They don't think about things as like things that are or aren't animals. They probably just think about like, oh, does this move or does this not move?
Yeah.
And they probably, I mean, thinking about it that way, they probably like potentially even like personify things that like aren't actually alive. Like, as long as it's moving, they might think, oh, well, this is like a guy, because I think they have some ability to perceive emotions and stuff. I'm like getting into a really deep dive onto this all of a sudden, but I think they probably view cars the same way they would view other animals, but with the caveat that they're really big and really scary and move really fast, and they don't quite understand what the hell is going on with them.
Yeah, it must be like dangerous animal that doesn't really care about me, right? Because like the only things they're gonna like really recognize are things they've evolved to, and they've definitely like evolved to like stay away from some animals. But a lot of those animals will like actively try to hunt you and like fortunately people aren't like actively hunting chipmunks with their cars, right? So like
Yeah.
it must be this like they know it's this really big fast thing that they should probably stay away from. Like you'll see animals like hop out of the way when a car is coming, but they don't seem as concerned as they would be about like a mountain lion or something, right? Like they'll often
Yeah.
wait till like the last minute to jump out of the way. So they must know they're not like actually being chased, but it's just some sort of
Yeah.
threat.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about. This has nothing to do with any of these adjectives, but it is interesting to think about.
Yeah, yeah. So apparently, like, there's some extensive study that concludes their range is about 2% of Montana. But that's weird, because this image, I think that must just mean the range within Montana is only 2% of Montana, because it seems like it has a very wide range here.
Yeah. It seems, I mean, it's a pretty large, like, here's an argument for giving it some points in total. It has a pretty large, like, total area. Like, there's
Yeah.
kind of a wide area in, like, square feet. So that's pretty decent. I don't know how many of them are. I mean, there are probably quite a few. It's probably, I guess I guess this is probably a pretty common animal considering there's like 1,500 sightings or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It climbs better than most chipmunks, because I guess most chipmunks live on the ground, but this one is better at climbing.
Interesting.
And it'll like frequently, even though it lives on the ground, it'll frequently go up trees to find food.
Interesting.
Did you like do the classic thing of transporting food in their cheek pouches and storing them underground for winter?
Of course, the classic chipmunk thing.
I always wonder if like a chipmunk is thinking like, oh, probably they're not thinking, oh, I should store this away for winter, right? Probably they're just like feel some weird, strange compulsion to bury food and then in the winter
Yeah.
they eat it, right?
Yeah, a lot of animals are kind of pulling off strategies that I think are beyond their ability to comprehend. So
Yeah.
it must just be that like their brain rewards them for doing that, not because because obviously it's not like they okay, I don't want to say anything controversial about evolution here, but like obviously it the way it works, the way that it's in the way
You can say
We're
they
not- we're not-
evolved.
obviously we're not like anti-evolution on this stream, are we?
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm like
obviously
considering
we
this.
can
but
talk about we talk
Like,
about
it's not like
evolution
there's-
all the time.
It's not like there's someone like hand designing every animal. The way it works is literally like trial and error. Like
Yeah,
the ones that get the
yeah.
random mutations that let them survive are the ones that do. So it just like the ones that are survive are the ones that like have the instinct to bury things in the ground for no reason, but it like helps.
Yeah.
Like it is like ultimately like brute forcing a strategy to like do that.
But I really wonder how it feels, like how it manifests in them. Like, do they feel some like really powerful urge to do it? Do they kind of like automatically do it without even really thinking about it? Like, I really wonder what it's like
Yeah.
to be one, you know?
Yeah. Well, let me like imagine it for a second. Let me just like close my eyes and imagine being a chipmunk, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll live the
yeah.
entire life of a chipmunk just like in a few seconds. I'll let you know what it's like.
Surely someone has like tried. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt your medication, but surely someone has tried like living among the chipmunks for a while and like.
Something that was really interesting to me, I saw a video that was like somebody like attached a camera to like a stray cat's like,
Yes,
collar or
I love
something.
these videos. I love these videos.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see like you know, more or less from their perspective, like what their like approach, like of how they behave when they're like approaching like other cats or something like that. Like just I don't know, very interesting to see how they see things.
I would love to see that done with like more animals. Like obviously you have to be careful to do it like ethically or something, but I'd love to just see
Yeah.
like what the day in the life for an animal is like from their point of view.
Anyway, the results of my chipmunk analysis, I think they probably just get seeds when they see them, and then like the first possible opportunity to get them, they have to bury them somewhere. They probably just think like, okay, well now's as good a time as any to bury them, so I might as well do it. Like
Yeah,
it's
that makes
probably just like
sense.
it's probably just like if you're thirsty, you drink water as soon as you do it without thinking about why. Like you probably
Yeah,
just
yeah.
if you have seeds and then you see a good place to bury them, then it's just the first thing you do.
Right. That makes a lot
That's
of sense.
my analysis of being a chipmunk.
Thank you. Wonderful. How zany. I feel like chipmunks are kind of zany squirrels, but they're also like quite familiar to me, so I don't know if they feel like extremely zany. Like there's a pretty regular chipmunk, all things considered.
This is a pretty regular guy, all things considered. Like the only really point of zaniness is that he can like climb trees, which is like okay. I feel like I kind of would have assumed that chipmunks could climb trees, so I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
it's a
neutral
bit
point.
surprising to learn this unusual. Or I guess this one's just particularly quick, but I don't know, the stripes, like obviously it's very normal for chipmunks to have stripes, but
Yeah.
for mammals in general, slightly zany. But yeah, I think it is kind of regular overall.
Yeah.
I could see a 50 something maybe.
Yeah, like a 54.
Yeah, yeah.
Now we're in for it for the rest of these because if it's so if our analysis of the first
We're shifting towards the YouTube comment thing, do you think? It's just so hard to get information about their evolution. But
I mean, maybe these did it say like when these guys are these guys like awake like early in the morning for some reason? What was that?
oh, that was a follower notification.
Oh,
Thank you for the
okay.
follow. Thank you.
What the fuck are they saying? Oh, are these like okay? They're like for some reason these feel like they're like an early bird gets the worm type species, but
Yeah.
I have nothing to substantiate that.
No,
It seems
I
like
get
they'd be
that
awake.
though. This feels like it'd be like awake first thing in the morning. Right.
Yeah.
Fine. I think again, this is mostly vibes anyways. So if we both have the
Yeah,
vibe,
like
that
if-
this is like an early creature, yeah.
If our analysis of the first adjective is that it's just kind of irregular and it has nothing special about it, it's going to be pretty difficult to like describe it like points towards any other adjective.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think medium high first score probably.
Yeah, like a 160.
If I were to think about this guy holding a little cell phone and deciding whether or not to leave first on a YouTube video, I think instead of saying first, I think you would like say like either like leave like a smiley face or just like say something nice. Unlikely to say first, I would say.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, like I think just say great video, keep it up, or just like without leaving a comment.
Yeah.
So maybe that brings it down a bit. It's more like a 140.
Or he would like leave a comment saying he liked the video.
Yeah. I love that. I just want you to know I like the video.
Wow, great video. Thumbs up. Now that I say that, I can really imagine him saying that. Like, oh, thumbs up on the video.
Hey, thank you for the follow. But yeah. I do like that mental image.
He's like saying this on a phone that's like larger than him. Like if he spreads out his arms all the way, he can just barely reach the sides of the phone.
Yeah, these are really hard adjectives. You got like thrown in the deep end here.
It's fine. I can handle it.
Yeah.
I'm hardcore.
Yeah, you've been thriving at the first evaluations, which is quite impressive. How total? There seems like there's a lot of them, right? That was our impression, not like an insane amount. But
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
And I mean, like, yeah, I feel like this is pretty total for a chipmunk because, as we said, he does the classic chipmunk thing. Like, if I feel like it would dock points if he, if it was a chipmunk and it didn't do the cheek thing, like it would be like missing a feet.
Or if it didn't have like many stripes or something. If it only had like a couple stripes, that would also dock points, right? But it's kind of got all the chipmunk things.
And on top of that, it's able to climb trees, which I guess most chipmunks can't. So this is like more total than most chipmunks, I would say.
Yeah.
It has at least one extra feature, so I'd say a little above average.
Yeah, I think it's not really missing something. So I could even go like decently above average. I could go like 172 if you don't think that's crazy.
That's yeah, I think that's good.
And again, there are also a lot of them.
Sleepy, I don't think this is high. I think you could like like sit down somewhere and the sound of you like touching the chair will like make them run away or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they're always like I feel like chipmunks are always like climbing around, moving around. They're like very busy creatures, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe they're not like that terrified of everything. If that one person got like a picture of them like just like going up to their bag, that seems pretty casual.
Right, but it's not quite sleepy, right? Like if anything, the fact that they're like investigating this thing, they're like curious. I don't know. I feel like they're always on the move.
So one way or the other would not give them a high sleepy score. They seem pretty interested and yeah, curious about stuff and investigative and just hanging. I don't know, just kind of hanging out.
I was thinking like I don't know, 60s, 50s, somewhere.
Probably like 50s. 50 something sounds right.
Yeah, let's go another 54. I think it's like,
Yeah,
oh wow, and right on time.
Yeah.
Beggar. Limer than most chipmunks.
Is there like anything to say about it other than that?
They're very noisy, it sounds like. It's very vocal and has a loud, high-pitched alarm call.
I see.
Yeah, no, it gets like daylight. Very noisy. Well, investigates backpacks. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's get another mammal. Yeah, it sounds like they're doing well. It sounds like they're thriving. Yes! Insane name! Insane name!
Oh my god.
No way!
Fat
no
mouse.
way! Fat mouse!
Oh my god.
Brutal!
Yeah, that is kinda devastating that like your entire species just is named Fat Mouse.
Yeah! That's really good. I love Fat Mouse. Fat Mouse. Oh, and actually goes one step further and calls it the common fat mouse, not even I think this is the perfect image for obvious reasons, right? Like,
this is like a meme. This like image will like become a meme in like 15 years.
Yeah,
or something.
I think we're ahead of the time. This is a really good screenshot. Like, common fat mouse.
Yeah, common fat mouse W.
Absolutely, I love this. Fat gerbil is gonna be awesome. So just lethargic behavior. Tiny fat mouse is gonna go crazy.
Oh my god. Just imagine the absolute state of having to name these things. Where like some random guy names it the fat mouse, and then you find like a variant of it that is clearly like the same thing. Yeah. It's like not fat anymore, but you have to name it the tiny fat mouse because the first one is called the fat mouse.
Yeah, this happens sometimes. It's like they'll find, you know, a mouse that really loves grapes, so they'll call it the grape-loving mouse. So then it turns out none of the other species in the genus also like grapes, but they're just stuck with that name or whatever. It's very good. So they do burrow into the ground. They achieve high body weights during the rainy season.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Did you live up to the name but only seasonally? Mostly eats grains, but also green plant materials and insects. Yes, there's a thin fat gerbil. That is awesome. There's like no information about the common fat mouse, but who cares? It's a common fat mouse. Oh, here, relatively sedentary. So they go out of their way to call it like a sleepy guy.
Okay, so this is kind of a sleepy guy. Yeah, that checks out.
That does check out. The name is very zany. Like nothing else.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a very normal creature, but the name is extremely zany.
Yeah, I guess zany points for that. I mean, like, to no fault of his own, like, if you brought this to, like, an alien species, and by alien species, I mean, I guess you could just... How did, like, these names, like, translate into other languages? Like, is this still gonna be called, like, the French equivalent of fat mouse to, like,
We can see,
scientists?
Jibif usually has the translation. The fat mouse in German. And...
Oh my god.
Agiput? What the hell is Agiput? The adipose mouse. Oh, it's like it's a more polite way of saying fat.
Alright,
like
now I'm convinced that, like, aliens would come down from space and they like investigate a bunch of mice and they would like find this thing completely independent of our language and then call it fat mouse in their language.
It's like the canonical name for this creature. Yeah. Yeah. No, that is true. Like often the common names in other languages are kind of just like translations because this creature isn't well known enough in other countries to have an actually occurring common name. A lot of common names are just kind of fake, right? They're just like, we need to list a common name, but like no one actually has a word for these, so.
Yeah. So initially I was going to not give it zany. I didn't entirely want to accredit the zany points to its name because it's like, okay, well, it could be named anything.
Yeah.
But now I'm just starting to believe that the name is like a cosmic constant, and maybe that should count.
Yeah. I think it gets I think it's still a low zany score, but I think it gets a little credit for that. I think it gets like an 83.
Yeah, low. Maybe your initial says. I think the 50 whatever was fine. But
I think that was like left over from before, but the 50 something does sound good.
Then let's cut. Yeah, that's fine.
I should just blank these out when you do a new one. First, kind of absolute. You're right.
Yeah, kind of absolutely. Like he's fat mouse. He's sitting on his computer. He's
the pose is what really got it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be like too like mean and like I don't want to say things that would like.
Also, it's just like such a simple name, you know. It's not like I feel like this has to be one of the first rodents that existed because it's not like the Indonesian groove-toothed swamp mouse. It's just the fat mouse. Like it's so simple. I feel like it kind of has to be one of the first ones.
Yeah, like it's such a simple name. It probably is first. I think this guy is subscribed to a bunch of YouTube channels he doesn't actually care about, and then as soon as he just like has the YouTube like subscriptions page like open on his second monitor and like he refreshes it like every few minutes, and when he sees a new video he goes there and he comments first. So I think this is by the YouTube comment metric, this is a pretty high ranking first guy.
Yeah. Okay, again, I don't want to be total 250. I'll give 250. It's like as much mouse as you can get.
I hmm. I yeah. I guess if there's are there mice that are fatter than the fat mouse, or is this the
I
most
hope not.
fully
That would be
featured
kind of
mouse?
like outrageous. Yeah, I think 250 would be kind of crazy, but I kind of want to give it a really high total. It's like a full
It
moon,
should be.
right? It's like,
Yeah, like I don't think you get more mouse than this mouse.
yeah. 242.
Abs- Absolutely devastating psychoanalysis of this mouse. I'm
So
sorry, that's just what I was feeling.
Yeah. It did say it was quite sleepy. Right, it's like relatively sedentary. Not like crazy, but relatively. I think like 190 would be fair.
Oh yeah. We already decided he has the high sleepy.
Oh, just fat mouse. Anything else?
I don't
You're
think there's
just leaving
anything else
us
to
fat
say.
mouse?
Just leave it as fat mouse.
Yeah, I think it's just fat mouse. I think that's all there is to say. Wow, awesome gut. That was really good. Alright, let's spin. A mammal. Fat mouse? Oh yeah, I could under fat mouse, put fat mouse again. But I think it's kind of perfect like this. Oh, Antechinus. Speaking of like rat-shaped marsupials, check out the Antechinus. Not a rat, not a mouse at all. Like completely evolved, like diverged from those ages ago. Just completely evolutionarily different.
I got really, when you were saying this, I got really distracted. You know the image of like Metal Gear Solid, from like the edited screenshot of Metal Gear Solid 1 that is just like Revolver Ocelot in parentheses Revolver Ocelot?
Yes.
That's what I was imagining doing for the Fat Mouse. It's like Fat Mouse voiced by Fat Mouse.
that is really good. Yeah, actually, maybe I can
Anyway,
just...
there you go.
Yeah.
So you're telling me this is not a mouse, it's evolved entirely separately.
Yeah, just completely convergent evolution, which is
Okay.
crazy. They also like move around really weirdly. Like if you see one in motion, you suddenly believe it's not mouse.
Interesting. It looks like, I guess I think this entirely because of the hands. It looks like a weird like little monkey rat. Like this feels vaguely monkey-esque.
Yeah, the hands are really weird. That is a constant around in Antechinus. That's the most like clearly this is not a regular rodent thing going on with them. Well, smallest Cephalophus mammal. And oh yeah, wait, is it the smallest marsupial? I think it might be the smallest marsupial. No, that's a planigale. But it's the smallest mammal that only has had sex once before death.
Semmelparity and heteroparity. Crazy words.
Yeah. A lot of crazy words on like across.
Look up Semmelparos on Wiktionary, the free dictionary. I think that sounds good. That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, the males all die after the first breeding season. They're the smallest creature like that.
You know, Wikipedia has some actual gall to include a subsection called Wiktionary. What did it call that?
Wiktionary? Yeah.
Wiktionary. It's not enough to be encyclopedia of everything. We also have to be a dictionary of everything. We can't just leave it to the Merriam-Webster website. We also have to have the definitions on this site for everything.
So
I assume anyone can also edit, so it's immediately somewhat untrustworthy. But whatever, that's fine. I guess they can do that. Sorry, I'll look at the I'll look at the brown. I'll look at this thing again.
Yeah. No, I will admit, I use Wiktionary quite a lot. It's very, they like list the etymologies, which is very fun. They tell you where
That's
the words
good.
come from.
I'm sure it's like good and usable. I just think it what's the
Yeah,
word?
yeah,
I'm
the
looking for here?
gassigation,
It
like,
just
yeah.
take some real gumption from Wikipedia to also include that on their website.
Yeah, and she just like, yeah, advertise it like that. Pretty
This is a good
awesome
photo.
picture.
Yeah. Oh my god,
This
that's
is
an
really
awesome
cute.
photo.
I love this one.
This is great action going on in that photo.
Oh wait, look at this one.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they have
For
like, I
some
forget
reason
what
this
this
guy
is. Very reg noses. Sorry.
that's good. For some reason he looks like he like just got out, like he just took a bath and he looks completely dry. So it does not but he looks like he just like got done bathing and you picked it up and he's just like he just like doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah,
I mean he doesn't
no,
know what's
looks
happening
very-
either way. Like it's not I don't think he particularly appreciates being picked up like this.
It just
But
looks very disoriented, yeah.
yeah. Beepy.
They are quite baby. I love this creature. Look at that.
My god. A lot of images of this thing, like, unless I think that's the same images from before, is it? It seems like there's, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of like,
This is new.
maybe these are, I mean, are these like potentially images of, yeah, these are like images of like the same guy.
Yeah,
like,
this
these
is
are,
like from one photo shoot.
okay, so that's why, because there's a lot of pictures of like, this thing like existing near, is this wood or is this
Yeah,
kind of like
some
weird?
sort of tree, I think. Like some sort of crevice
Okay,
in
because
a
I had to
tree.
consider for a second, like, okay, is this like weird? Is this like some kind of like rock wall with moss growing on it? But no, I
Yeah,
think
I
this
did
is
see
wood.
rock for a second, but I think this is definitely bark over here.
Okay, but there's a decent number of these images that have like wood in them, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
But I
and
think
this
that a
one's
lot of them are also
different,
from the
and
same
also
photo
this,
shoot.
yeah.
This is different though, yeah. Um,
No, this looks...
hi. This image is like very perfect shape here. Like this is like, okay, you could use this guy as a computer mouse.
Yeah, very good shape. I like that quite a lot. They become increasingly aggressive as winter progresses. Their Chicago bursts of chi vocalizations are heard more frequently as the males sort out their relationships before mating season. I think it's like colder, they just get
Awesome.
angrier and angrier. Abundant throughout much of its distribution, densities are often high where ground cover is abundant. One of the most regularly caught species of Antechinus within its range, so it seems pretty common. Eats bugs.
Eat bug.
Yes, there apparently is a video of one eating peanut butter.
Holy
It's the same
shit. Oh my.
species. Yeah.
I like how he refers to it as this like scientific name.
I know, it's very good. Oh, yes.
Holy shit. God, he's like pulling the entire damn container away.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I love how this is like filmed in low light, so it looks like some found footage horror movie. It's very scary. Yeah, did you see those like jerky movements? I don't know, there's something... This one isn't as extreme as some of those I've seen, but they're just very odd and twitchy. It's kind of awesome.
How did he get here? Like, what is this footage?
I I think they do just like break into like in the same way mice and rats do. I think they do just get into people's homes.
I guess that's true. I guess mice are known for being in people's homes.
It's like through they can like squeeze through tiny cracks and stuff.
Okay, well, actually, now that I'm like looking at this footage, he's like way smaller than I initially thought. So like,
yeah. Yeah, it is crazy how like every creature just goes like crazy for peanut butter. Like, it's like a sugar thing, but I love them.
they're good.
She's by. Work on. How zany are they to you?
So, wait, let me like meditate on that for a second. The only like real zany factors I can consider here are the fact that they apparently move a little weird. I haven't really seen it myself, but I guess they move kind of strange. Like the fact that they look like mice, but they're not actually. That's the same animal,
This
right?
is
Like we're
the
still on
kind
that
of
guy.
zany image, I guess.
Yeah, this is a pretty zany image. I guess like the red nose. Do they all have that? Do they all have like kind of red
It's
noses?
more noticeable when they look on, but yeah, they do all have the red nose.
There's some zaniness points for that. Marsupials are all zany. I think I might have to agree with that. And then the other thing, what was the other zany point I was going to consider? Oh, that's a really good image.
Yeah. Like this
Hey,
one
I was
too.
gonna say, oh my god, that's actually an incredible photo.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, yeah, his nose does look really red there. The fact that they have like weird little paint, although I'm guessing that's like not, I think he said that's not like weird for this kind of animal, so,
Yeah, that's true. The
I don't
last
know,
one we
maybe-
got did kickflip off a rabbit.
I see, maybe like 70 or 80, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see 70 or 80. Let's put 80 on the dot. First, it seems too like nervous too. I feel like this guy would be worried that like person running the channel will get mad at them if they comment kick first. So I feel this is like a perpetual lurker. Like they just like thumbs up every
Yeah.
video and never comment anything because they're worried they'll be made fun of.
Yeah, and it definitely kind of seems like he's like skittish with the peanut butter video. Kind of seems like he, yeah, I don't know. Definitely the kind of animal that would wait for others to take action
Yeah.
before doing anything.
44. Total, they're pretty common. Only 400 observations, not crazy common. But...
Yeah, like there's maybe like a medium to
yeah.
medium to low number here.
It's like a
Question mark.
109 or something.
Yeah. Sleepy. Did we get anything on like their sleep patterns? What did it say about that? If
I'm
anything.
looking. Most hunt games during the night, but may also be active during the day. So they do go into torpor in the winter, which is like it's like, you know, they're awake but they're like less awake. It's like halfway between hibernation.
They seem to not particularly appreciate the winter.
No, they really hate it.
Okay. It should get like a decent sleepy score, I think. Like maybe a little bit above average.
Yeah. Yeah, the torpor thing brings it up. Otherwise, they seem pretty awake when they're awake. Sorry, that was a stupid thing to say, but you know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah.
jumping around and stuff a little bit. Like, but they do empty torpor.
Yeah.
We like the red nose, right? That's
Yeah, we like the red nose. That's awesome. He likes peanut butter just like
Yeah.
everyone else,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah, my brain is a little blank on that one.
Crazy that these aren't nice, like, at all. That's still weird to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, smallest mammal that only had sex once, we learned. I think an breaks a Bochus guard.
When did we learn that?
Oh, that was remember the crazy word? That's what the crazy word meant. The world's smallest Cephalophus mammal.
Is that what Cephalophus means?
Yeah. Only characterized by a single reproductive episode before death.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is, I think the males all die after breeding season.
I see. I see.
But yeah, I think ags are about to start, so let's take like a quick 4-minute break.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, see y'all soon. Hello! Welcome back, everyone!
Hello.
Shall we spin a mammal?
Yep.
Oh, this is good. It's not an elephant, even though it says it's an elephant, but it's arguably better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, oh, this thing has elephant in its scientific name. That means it's not an elephant.
Yeah,
Holy
that
shit.
is how it works, but we have an elephant shrew. And fun thing about elephant shrews is that they're closer relatives of elephants than shrews.
Oh my god, actual combination of elephant and shrew.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Some weird convergent evolution thing.
The freaking snout.
I know, the snow is so good. So that's part one, and then no, elephant shrews are so good. I love the like very grumpy look this one has, right?
It does kind of, yeah. This does look like kind of a very, what's the word here? Just like unpleased kind of fellow.
Yeah,
Like, he's
yeah.
Kinda didn't really want to wake up, and now he's just doing what he has to.
Absolutely. They're active during the day. Did you have a midday rest?
Oh yeah, this is a sleepy guy.
Yeah. Has not been
Someone in the
observed
back-
sleeping with its eyes closed?
Has not, what?
Yes, I
What?
mean, are they just open while they sleep?
You can't. Nobody has. You can't. You can find it sleeping, but you can't find it sleeping with closed eyes. It is observed resting with eyes partially closed.
closed for one teacher.
Can it? Okay, well, have we observed it closing its eyes in the first place? Like, does it blink? Like,
Yeah, what the hell?
is this some weird? Is this like possible? Like, do some animals not have like eyelids that go all the way down or something?
Not that I knew of. I've never seen that before. I guess they take flight when even the smallest noise is heard. Very shy creature.
Oh yeah, someone was saying it's worth seeing a video of the snout moving around.
Yeah. I mean, there's the classic. It won't be for this one in particular, but there's the classic elephant true video that we do play when one comes up. Here, I'll post in chat if you want to watch it too, because the sound is good.
Oh, look.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Oh yeah.
That is the classic. But
Oh
there-
yeah. Oh, this is that. This is
Yes,
that.
this is that
snout.
creature.
Okay.
And then there's, if you just watch them in motion, look at how it like twitches around their
Oh my God.
noses.
Wow, they're incredibly incredible accidental choreography here.
Yeah. The way their nose moves around, their snout moves around is like almost bug-like to me. I don't know how to describe it. It's very cool.
They are kind of bug-like.
I like how you can hear the camera came like cracking up at them. That's good. Hey, Starchy. They are extremely wrong. I love elephant shrews. They're such strange creatures. Yeah, welcome everyone. Sorry I haven't been welcoming individually. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Can you go back to that one image where he's like in the guy's hand?
Yeah.
It looks like very long here.
Yeah.
Just very elongated shape.
It looks like someone like liquid rescaled this in Photoshop or something. It kind of looks like it's melting too. It's a very strange image. It's like so much rounder in like every other image. There's just the one that's rectangular. They're so tiny. Like look, it's like the size of a blade of grass.
It literally is. Holy shit. I didn't like really know much about like shrews before like seeing like this stuff about this stream. So when I saw like a video or like I saw like some video you linked and the guy was like, "Oh, these shrews are small enough they can fit on your thumb and fit on your thumb." And I was like, "Yeah, that's obviously that's a figure of speech.
Yeah,
Like, obviously
no,
they're not
they
actually
are.
smaller than your thumbnail." But then then I saw one fitting on someone's thumbnail and I was like, "Oh my god."
It's crazy. It's so crazy that it can be that. They're just awesome creatures. I love this photo.
This is he's really stanced up here. Like
Yeah.
the way he's like standing.
Reggie Box or something. He's covered in mud. They are awesome creatures. So apparently they like maintain their own trails
The hell?
in the leaf litter. They carve out trails and maintain them, and they provide shelter. And then yeah, everything other than foraging is performed in their like trail network. Like they have their own like road system.
Holy shit! The elephant shrew network.
And then there's something else about trails that's good. Yeah, if the children accidentally wander into their neighbors' trails, then their neighbors will just chase them out of there. They're like very territorial about their own trails.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, they'll like carve out, they like keep their trails clean by pushing aside any like debris with their forelimbs and their head.
Oh my god! Incredible.
I love that. It's made for life. Mostly bugs, but I heard the must even like a big of fruit. I think these are quite zany, right?
These are pretty zany, yeah.
We definitely see it reaching 200.
Yeah, most I guess that's fair. Most of the photos I saw of it felt pretty notable. So yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I can't quite see the argument that this guy is the first of anything, and I can't quite
Yeah.
see like the YouTube angle either.
I'm not getting any
You only-
first, really.
Maybe you could like go down the path of saying like, oh well, it's the first one to make a trail in the dirt because there's no roads there. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
it's a trailblazer, which is a kind of way of being first. That's fair.
Yeah.
That counts for a little bit, I think, at least.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is the take a closer look at that snout.
Yeah,
guy.
which I guess maybe being in a viral YouTube video boosts your first score because that is the place the first comments are occurring.
If you think about it, that specific elephant shrew is the first elephant shrew to be in a viral video. Assuming there's not any like some other random viral video that has like an elephant shrew in the background that came up before that somehow.
Now that makes me wonder which because there are like multiple species of elephant shrews. Which species of elephant shrew is that one? Yeah, I think that is a different species.
Okay, so damn. So then it's not the
Then
first.
it's not the
this is,
first,
like,
yeah.
This is the other way around.
Or what species, I guess. We can find the episode it's from, but...
This is awesome.
I forgot you can see like. Okay, I will look at this later because I should know which species this is exactly. That's important information for future reviews. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this looks different. This our one is like a lot less
Get
gray
closer.
looking, like a lot darker color.
I assume if it's like a known different shrew, then I assume it hasn't come up in one of these streams already, has it?
I don't think so. I think we would have stumbled on this.
Well, it's on the wheel. It'll come up eventually.
It will.
Someday you'll be doing one of these streams and you're like, oh, remember that time that we thought that we remember that time we had brought up there, take a look at that snout video? Well, now we get to bring it up again.
Yeah. Well, there, we thought the like species. This just says a nature show. So curious now. It'd be so sad if we roll that elephant shrew and just never know because no one is documenting it. But yeah, I think this is not very first. Is the conclusion.
Yeah.
How many
Total.
times has this been seen? 19 observations. It's really not much. It's not
It
nothing.
seems
I
like
guess.
there's a lot of. It seems like there's a lot of photos of it, considering the small number of observations. But I guess the people that did see it could have just taken a lot of photos of like, the same guys.
They seem to just photograph it a bunch of times, which is fair. I would like also get like 20 photos of this if I saw it. Yeah, I think today's mammals have been pretty good.
They've been pretty good. I mean, I guess it's not like I've been on any. It's not like I've done this before to really like compare. But we haven't gotten any mammals that are like there's no picture of them and you have to like draw one or something. We just like, don't know what it looks like. So yeah. I was going to say like, oh, I'd like to see a bad mammal, but then I thought about it and it's like, oh well, we wouldn't be we could see a bad one, and in that case we wouldn't be seeing it at all.
Yeah. No, definitely there's been a lot more like consistently documenting mammals than usually. Like, it's crazy that they bought like photos. I feel that's quite rare. There hasn't been like anything like insane. Like there hasn't been anything like truly wild, but we got the Kefal wildebeest, which is pretty iconic.
Yeah, that's an animal that you could put in a book and someone might know what it is.
Yeah. But it's
really
not like the
liking the
only
idea-
wildebeest, which is
Yeah. I'm thinking about it. When I said like put an animal in a book, I mean like put it in like a children's book, and it's like you just have like a page like, oh, this is a wildebeest or whatever. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like really getting into the idea of like an author that's like autistic about like the specific species of animal that are in their book. So every time there's like a mouse, they have to like index or like put like a footnote be like, by the way, this
exactly
mouse
which
in this one
species.
part of
Yeah.
the book, yeah, this scientific name. I can't put. I don't have one like off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. I'm just really enjoying the idea of like an author that is like, okay, I can't just say a mouse showed up. I need to say exactly what kind of mouse appeared.
That would be wonderful. I think I should like make a series of like children's book one per stream where like the characters are all the species I roll and I like hyper specify which kind of bag I'm talking about.
That would be good.
But it maintains its own trails. It uses its head and hands to clear off debris. It chases little ones who accidentally stumble onto their trails. Oh, no, it was sleepy, right? There's a thing about it like taking midday naps, right?
Yeah.
I meant to give it like a high score. Yeah, just lovely guys, I think. I like Elephantulus a lot.
Yeah, that's a good note to have on there. They're lovely guys. You were
Yeah.
like you were like scrolling through the pictures really fast earlier. I could tell like holy shit, you really just want to see all the images of this thing possible.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, they're quite lovely guys.
Look at that, look at that. Alright, let's spin. Let's spin a mammal. Like, it's so scary that any of these roles could be Homo sapiens, right? You'll have like no preparation. It'll
Yeah,
just pop
I
up.
was wondering, like, are humans on the wheel?
They're on the wheel, they count. They're a species. And Skag, it's the round-tailed muskrat, which is almost as big of a role.
There's this one. Okay, yeah, this one has a Neofiber is a really interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know how. Yeah.
and this is the only Neofiber. So we'll
Okay.
never see another one again. It's
Oh,
called the
no.
Florida water rat.
Holy shit! Better enjoy the one Neofiber while we're at it.
Yeah. I think being the only member of your genus slightly boosts your zany factor, because that means there's nothing
Oh,
super
yeah.
similar to you out there.
Yeah.
This does look like
Yeah,
a breed.
That is a pretty zany little guy.
Yeah. I like this photo a lot. Okay.
That is quite a good photo. I like the blades of grass in the foreground.
Oh god, like that. There's a lot of photos of it being eaten by different things. You can see it be eaten by an alligator, a heron. Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a swimmer too.
It did have like it was called like the water something or other. So that
Yeah,
makes
right. The
sense.
Florida water rat. Just give me a
I
second.
mean, considering what we've seen up until this point, well, I guess like most things have had kind of a reason to put stuff in their name, but like some of the like if we're going by the logic of like blue wildebeest, like I could see naming something a water rat and that
Yeah.
it can't actually swim and be like, yeah, all right, okay, sure, you can. name it.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's not the like most egregious name I've seen. And it's been some time. Yeah, even if it can spend time in water, but it seems like it does. Hello, Skeleton Witch.
Hello. I mean, maybe something like putting water in its name would be like acceptable if it just like exists around water and it doesn't actually go in water. But fortunately, I mean, we have seen a photo of this thing in the water, so we don't have to.
Yeah.
We don't have to be too concerned about that.
Oh yeah, no false advertising here.
I enjoy seeing the map where they're just entirely like in Florida.
Yeah, they've like conquered the state, but like barely gone beyond that, you know?
Really funny for some reason.
They're semi-aquatic, so yeah, that's just fully confirmed.
Cool.
They make conical houses. We're getting a lot of good house shapes.
Holy shit.
Construct out of grasses. Wait. They make conical houses, and then here it says houses are typically spherical or dome-shaped.
Right, which one is it?
Yeah.
Cones and spheres and domes are all different shapes.
Quite baffling. It's crazy that's like in the same paragraph. Like that's not even two different sources.
Yeah.
They might eat crayfish, but that's controversial. They definitely eat seeds and stems and roots. I think they're kind of zany, right?
They're kind of zany.
Wait, that's gonna carry 163. First, this has been just first has been brutal.
First is a little brutal.
It has a little look of mischief. I think this might or I don't know. It seems like it's not. It doesn't seem well behaved. It seems like the kind that might comment first. In the YouTube sense, I can kind of see it.
Yeah, he might do it because he knows it's going to make you angry.
Yeah, exactly. So they've covered all of Florida. Whoa, only 39 observations. That's kind of surprising given that it lives in the US and seems to have a wide range.
There's only 39 people left in Florida.
Yeah.
I knew you missed you might have missed the mass extinction event the other day, but it was pretty bad.
Oh god, yeah.
The water rats are fine though. Don't worry about them.
Oh, okay, they're fine. They're fine. That's a big thing. They are least concerned. Maybe they're just really hard to see or something.
They can swim. I think that gives them a few more total points.
That's a good
more
ability to have, yeah.
The more types of terrain it can traverse.
Yeah. Maybe a 108 or something.
Yeah.
Sleepy. There's no is there any? They're active year-round, or they can be active year-round. I feel if you're swimming a bunch, that's not very sleepy.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel getting in the water would wake you the heck up.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to be sleeping in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida water rat is very big. It constructs conical houses that are spheres and domes. Has a whole genus to itself.
Neofiber is kind of insane. That kind of makes it sound like it's invented a new type of DNA strand or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's big.
Yeah.
It's very mysterious. I wonder where that comes from. There's no new fibers here, but I can see it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Neofiber's first and last moments in the sun.
I
everybody.
know. Oh my god. Yeah, muskrats were very hunted early in the US, I think. Heterocephalus, glaber. Holy shit! Iconic creature.
Oh iconic.
This is the naked mole rat.
Holy shit.
What a bizarre and weird creature. But yeah, this has to be one of the zaniest animals ever, right?
This is pretty damn zany. Yeah, this is quite zany.
You can look at much weirder than this in the mammal world.
Yeah.
Only species in so it's there we retired a genus, here we're retiring a whole family. It's the only species in this family.
Oh my god.
Is the only almost entirely cold-blooded mammal.
Oh.
I
I didn't know you could be partially warm or cold-blooded. I mean, I guess it makes more sense that it's the not just not completely binary. I just
yeah, it must just have some very, very simple and weak temperature control.
Yeah.
It's crazy that this has just fully evolved to live underground. Like it is just like completely given up on surfacing. They can't see, they don't feel, yeah, they don't feel pain. Like they just have no pain sensitivity.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, and they're like, yeah, they are like hive creatures, like in the way bees are. And there are only two mammals known to be eusocial, the naked mole rat and some other mole rat. But the naked mole rat is like even weirder.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I think Platypus is the. I think Platypus beats this out. I think this gets like 249 because the Platypus is such a strange mammal. But I think this is the strangest mammal that's like Platypus, basically. Like you can make a case for like echidnas, maybe, but I think that's 249. Yeah, it's insane that they don't feel it. This could even like tie the Platypus. This is such a weird animal.
My god.
Oh my god, they're so strange. It kind of, I don't know, like living underground thing kind of, yeah.
Living underground like entirely, like it seems in my mind that's kind of by the ways the kind of thing it's like, oh wow, that sounds kind of cool, but I assume no animals like actually do it.
And yeah, this is almost true, right? It's like they're like bugs and worms, but like as far as like big, vertebrate animals, almost nothing lives entirely underground. But like the naked mole rats, like I feel this often happens where you like think of some crazy scenario and it turns out like almost nothing will live like that, but there will just be like one animal that happens to satisfy that niche. Yeah, the air contains only 5% oxygen. Hey, Washa, welcome.
Hey, Washa.
We rolled the naked mole rat, iconic, terrifying creature.
Is this what Tengu Gemini is saying in chat true? It's resistant to cancer and oxygen deprivation.
Yeah,
I guess I don't really think about like how often animals get cancer, but it's also weirder to think about an animal being like resistant to it.
There's some like, I don't know, so I'm sure the biologists in chat know what's called, I do not, but there's some like observation, it's called someone's paradox or something, which is like cancer is something that just happens in a cell, right? So
yeah,
naively you'd think your likelihood of getting cancer should be proportional to the number of cells you have, right? Like a mouse should be much less likely to get cancer than like a blue whale, because a blue whale has like 1 trillion times the number of cells or whatever compared to a mouse. Right. But like this doesn't happen, and it's very mysterious why this does not happen. Like it'll happen within a species, but like including taller people are slightly more susceptible to cancer than shorter people because they have more cells, but there's like some weird evolutionary gaps. So somehow like whales are extremely good at avoiding getting cancer, and it's quite mysterious how.
Weird. Yeah, that's okay. That's a whole.
Yeah. Resistance to cancer.
Oh yeah, there's a whole section about it.
Yeah, like, extremely resistant, probably not completely immune, but it says likely that they're not entirely immune to related disorders. So it's possible, like, they're saying it's almost just immune to cancer. Wait, this is awesome. Because of both of these discoveries, the journal Science named the naked mole rat the vertebrate of the year for 2013. Awesome award.
Given the award Animal of the Year for being immune to cancer.
Yeah. Also, this seems to be like the only time. Like, if you Google vertebrate of the year, you only get naked mole rat. They gave out vertebrate of the year exactly once, just to the naked mole rat.
Well, I guess that makes it the vertebrae of all time.
Yeah.
This is the official vertebrae of all time award.
Yeah. Holy shit. the yeah. The vote. They live longer than any other rodent, with lifespans in excess of 37 years. The next
my
longest
God.
lived is the porcupine, African porcupine, at 28 years.
This is getting crazier the deeper we go.
I know. These are. I'm starting to think like 250 zany is possible. Yeah. This is the thing I was talking. Oh wait, no. This is not the thing. Yeah, they do not.
DNA repair. You see this lower down in the last paragraph here? DNA repair transcriptomes.
Awesome. Oh yeah, this is that thing. They're like biologically immortal in the sense that they do not get more likely to die as they age. Like they don't like age in that sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, it gets the vertebrate of all time. That's insane. That's. I knew naked mole rats were weird, but it's crazy that they're like extremely weird in almost every way possible. Like they're immune to cancer, they're cold-blooded, they don't feel pain, they live in hives, which like they have like a bee-style, incredibly organized social structure that no other mammal except the Gamelorand mole rat has. Yeah, they have like workers and queens. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Wait, this is awesome. The queen is the most active member of a colony and she induces workers to increase their activities by repeatedly shoving them. Larger workers function primarily as tunnelers. Smaller workers are foragers, nest builders, and pup care. And when one worker finds a new food source, it gives a vocalization that spreads a wave and they all come there.
Thinking about underground tunnels is kind of crazy because it's like, okay, first of all, you have to like set them up so that they don't cave in. Like there has to be something like the dirt has to be like compacted on one of the surface around like the ceiling of the tunnel so that it doesn't cave in. Also, I'm guessing they're just like pushing the dirt out of the way because the thing is like when you dig a hole or dig a tunnel, it's like, all right, well, where does the dirt go? Like where you have to remove the dirt from one location in order to create like an empty area. So like I guess they're just like, what are they doing? Are they just like pushing it outwards and like compacting it further?
Yeah,
or
I wonder if
something?
it's just purely compactification. Like I wonder, because it's not like they don't surface really at all, right? So it's not like they're pushing on the surface. Yeah, so yeah, like they're just like nearly immune, and apparently they just like move genes from these naked mole rats to mice, and it like make them live longer, which is crazy. They're so weird.
Yeah, initially, I wasn't going to say like, oh, well, they just don't have fur. That's not that weird. It's not weird,
but they
don't
are
have fur.
just.
But no, if only I knew how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah. Oh no, they do eject soil to the surface, and that's like the one time they're most vulnerable, because I guess otherwise they're underground. But they do need to like.
Okay.
Volcanoing is what it's called, because I guess that's what it looks like. That's wonderful.
This is the second time volcanoes have come up in this stream.
That is true. That's kind of crazy. Oh, and I use this thing. There's this thing called the photo arc, which is trying to like take photos and videos of every like animal living in captivity, just so we have them like forever, even if they go extinct or something. And apparently, this was the first creature they ever photographed for that.
Interesting.
Here we can see that they always do this crazy like footage of it in the void. Yeah, like they would be pretty weird if they were just, oh, it's like a mole rat but it has no hair. But yeah, that is like barely like that's like just the tiniest
That's like-
fraction of what's going on.
That's like, yeah, that's like scratching the surface.
Yeah. We're gonna like inspire in like a few months. There's gonna be my YouTube is gonna be flooded with videos all called the naked mole rat glacier or whatever it's called explained. You know, like they're all gonna be
The naked
iceberg.
mole
That's
rat
the word I was looking for.
iceberg.
Yeah. Look at them peeking out
Oh my
here.
god. Funny. Funny image. Holy shit, we're having some like antlion behavior happening here.
Yeah. Wait 1 second. Just peeking out. I feel like we're gonna spend the like rest of the stream talking about the naked mole rat, and that's kind of chill because it's just
That's okay.
so
It
interesting.
kind of deserves it. And if this is the last mammal we talk about, then we don't have to risk coming across. We can go the entire stream without like getting a that
Hasn't
doesn't
been photographed. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I still think it's hard because the platypus is extremely weird. Like, it's a monotone. It's like, yeah. Like, it's like evolutionarily and in many behavioral ways. In many ways, it's like, it has a ton of tricks that just no other mammals have. It lays eggs, right? Like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a tie or something. Like, yeah. Yeah, my old rule was that you have to be most, but I think I could see it as like a tie. I am grading on a curve, kind of, but I want 250 to be extremely exclusive, but
I was going to suggest putting 249 in Zany and just saying that you dock 1 point because it doesn't lay eggs.
yeah, yeah, I think that's I think that's very funny. -1 Zany because it doesn't lay eggs. No, but part of me, no, I, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. I have to give it 250.
Damn.
I
That's
just,
fair.
like, I already thought it was really weird before I learned any of that stuff. Oh my god. I can't, probably, I don't know if it's but the craziest thing to me is that they have, like, an ant or bee style, like, colony system and, like, no other mammals do, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kingo, I don't think that's close. Like, maybe I'll one day roll an animal that makes me kick that back, but it's first in the ranking of all mammals according to Science Magazine, because it was Mammal of the Year and then in 2013, and nothing else has gotten that award, so it kind of won first place among all mammals according to Science. Right, it's like it's ranked first among all mammals.
Wait, what ranking is this 100 on?
Because I was thinking Science Magazine called it the vertebrate of the year even, right?
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
So it came in first in that, and then no one else won it, so no one else came in
Oh,
first.
right, yeah. For a second I thought first was I forgot that first was one of the adjectives. They just blanked on that. Yeah, that should be high. It's first place in quite a few ways.
Yeah, I'm doing like a Q41. Oh, sorry, don't know why I updated the total.
But by all means, this should have a high total score.
Yeah, it's so many like features that no other mammals do. I think this could get like a 246 total. It's missing fur, but it has kind of everything else and more, you know, maybe a 244.
It has a high total score because it's the total of all four. This is like a meta, like this isn't kind of isn't logical, but like it has the total. We could have the total adjective refer to the total stat like on the bottom there, like the out of 1,000.
Yeah, yeah. It's becoming very mega, but yes, I like that. Well, it might be. It all comes down to sleepiness. I want to read about this. I want to do this properly.
Yeah, okay, we have... Yeah.
So they don't have a day-night system. They're like active during both the day and night and like sleep in short periods in between. But then it did say they like decrease yeah, it's a very low metabolic rate, which I think that's kind of like, you know, when you're like hibernating or when you're in torpor, that kind of brings down your metabolic rate. So I think that kind of, like surviving on very little oxygen, so that makes it sound quite sleepy. Like, don't like that seg is only asleep for short periods. Let's see.
Yeah. It makes sense that if they wouldn't really have a day-night cycle if they never observe the sun.
Yeah.
That'd be really fucked up to be like a mole rat and like you rarely see the surface, and then like sometimes when you go up there it's like really dark, and other times you go up it's really light and you have no idea why. Whereas like most animals would probably have some idea, like, oh, there's like a rate at which it just like it gets dark sometimes and then it gets lighter sometimes. Even if you can't like count, even if you don't have any idea that it's like roughly the same amount of time, if you just like think like, oh well, it gets dark and then it gets light, but then like mole rats are probably like, it's probably like even more confusing to them.
Yeah. They're very active. Chew on objects continuously. Okay, maybe they're not that sleepy. But yeah, no. Okay, maybe I'm like prescribing too much like intelligence or consciousness or awareness to them, but like, how terrifying must the surface be to a naked mole rat? Because it's like, it just lives the whole life underground. It's like blind, and it just knows it has to eject soil sometimes, but also knows that like, but you know, it's also the like one time it could just get devoured by an animal. And I know it can't see or anything, but it must be able to like, with what senses it has, tell that it's like a completely different world up there. That it just
yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about, because yeah, the psychology of most animals kind of like you kind of relies on them like observing the surface world a lot of the time.
Yeah, that is true. They are basically always half asleep. Like they have a very low metabolic rate. They're cold-blooded. Maybe they are sleepy. Maybe this thing does just get an insane score.
I feel like you can't. I feel like you would not be that awake if you're like breathing in like what was it, like 5% of the oxygen? Yeah.
Could go like.
I mean, I guess I don't know what the percentage other mammals are breathing in. Like, is it this
surface oxygen? 21% oxygen, so that is a lot less. That's like a quarter of the oxygen everything else gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this might be like one of the, if not the, I think there's like one big cat that got a slightly higher score than this, but one of the highest scoring animals ever. Does not feel pain. Cold-blooded. Lives in bee-style colonies. Like the weird mammal. Vertebrate, not even mammal of the year. Vertebrate of the year 2013. First ever winner. Award immediately retired after because we knew nothing else would ever be that good. Yes, they are eusocial, that's the word. And like apparently this and one other mole rat are the only eusocial mammals. They're the only cold-blooded mammals. They're probably the only mammal that doesn't feel pain.
They don't get cancer. They just
Yeah. Basically, I mean, cancer. This thing just evolved to inhabit a completely different world from everyone else. The closest thing we have to an alien. I gotta like shave off some words somewhere. I'll just shrink the font a bit. This deserves it. This deserves all these notes. There we go. The mammal world. Yeah, they don't need to breathe, basically. It's so weird. And look at them. That is an alien. That fully is an alien. I kind of want to spend, like, my time after this stream just, like, reading more about naked mole rats. So weird. Yeah, I think that's like the perfect mammal to calling on, like.
Yeah, this was the final boss of the stream.
Absolutely. Did you have... Oh yeah, do you have anything to plug? We'll shout you out.
Yeah, just shout me out in the chat. Guys, help me farm followers for no reason. Well, I guess there is a reason.
Yeah, there's definitely a reason.
Playing video games here and there, yeah. I like to sometimes when I stream, I like to stream cool retro games. You know, we're talking like Road Adventure, PS2, Lost Winds on the Wii kind of games. So, if you want to see weird retro games, you should click on the heart in my channel.
Yeah, I have very much enjoyed all your streams, and like every game I've seen you stream, you have very good game selection, I feel, and yeah, very fun. Yeah, there's too many things to put on the Naked Mole Rat page, like we could just talk about for hours. But yeah, please follow PW if you don't already. And yeah, is there anywhere you would like to raid, or should I pick?
You can pick the raid.
I think it's... Let me confirm this is true. But yeah, I think it's been a minute since I've raided Forest. Yeah, we got the Naked Mole Rat. Insane creature. Look at the notes if you haven't already, because they don't feel pain. They're like the only cold-blooded mammal. They're the only eusocial mammal. They're the one vertebrate of the year. They're immune to cancer. They're just... Yeah, it is also the impossible creature. But yeah, let's raid Forest. Forest is awesome. Naked Mole Rats are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, Pigoli. This was really fun.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was fun to do this.
And yeah, and thanks to everyone who came by. I will see you all next time. Sorry, Vorp fan. See you.